Welcome, associates, gather on the stand. The trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Two Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. That we're fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
I'm always like, don't be like Dan.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, Dan. Damn it, Dan.
Just don't be Dan. Don't be him. One, because he's not alive. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
So don't be Dan. Dan is
like,
dead.
damn, Danielle. Oh no, look who it is. It's Lesko. Hide.
Oh no. What's up, Heidel? I might be lurking. Good. Yay. What's up, Queen Lady Wolf? How are you? I'm excited that you are here. Mrs. McPickle Pounder, what's up? I told Brandon that he needed to put Mr. under before Mr. McPickle. He goes, you always read it that way, like, because that's what it should say. What's up, Bray? It should be Mr. McPickle Pounder. Hello, Sharon. Whoever, what's up? Flush, man. How's our favorite Southern Jersey? We're just fine. We're just fine. What's up, Brandon? I haven't buttered my cornstalk up in the longest time.
Oh my God.
You know, I didn't read it before I put it up there, which is very obvious. Thanks, Brandon.
That's what usually happens.
You think I'd learn, but I don't. I don't learn. So, good. Uh-oh, in case you can't tell, I'm tired. Well, don't be snarky tired like you were last time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I thought you were on drugs or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then you tell me I was a drug queen. Like, no. It's only a joke. I don't know Colombians. Not for reals. Cup of dare.
Well, that has yet to reveal itself.
I mean,
if you do or do not know a Colombian, we're still looking into that.
You never admit it. So, Gabby and I have been talking about this video for a while. And, LOL, that's a crackhead. I don't know, let's go. It's like hide and seek. Like.
Also, what is his picture? What is that?
I don't know.
Is it like a sub?
Looks like a meatball.
Hot dog?
Is it a meatball sub?
I'm afraid to ask, honestly.
AJ is descended from Pablo Escobar. Well, he did not tell me where the money is. So, Pablo. Depends on what you consider to be drugs. I have ibuprofen within reach. Could be considered that. Oh, no.
Well, is it extra strength?
It is.
Steroid.
It's a mixture of cheese, onions, and steak between whatever shitbread I could find.
Oh, nice. So like a steak and cheese.
What you destroyed your kitchen with the other day? Because you never answered. You said you destroyed your kitchen. And then I was like, with cooking or a sledgehammer or both? And you're like, I'm not answering. What's up, Jessica? Boarding a plane to Jersey.
It's me, Jessica. I'm in here.
Well, Jessica, before you get on the plane, I have to show you this video that Gabby and I talk about all the time. It's very shocking.
Oh, 8 seconds.
So this is 8 seconds. So this was what was on Lori Daybell, whatever, when she was in court.
The one who must not be named.
Oh, yeah, that one.
She's like Voldemort.
This is obviously Officer McMuscles, and
Muscles.
we will see. I don't know how the volume is on this. We'll see the news anchor person here in just 1 second to put this on, and it's really short. That's what she said.
Specifically about Lori Vallow Daybell. So she's wearing something like this. What is this?
That's correct. So this is what we call, many people know it as a rack belt, a stun belt. Very clear, this isn't like a taser, does not work like a taser. It's pretty much pain compliance. So what happens is you have the prongs just like you did in the vest.
Okay.
So this makes contact with your body. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
feel it right there, right?
Right.
So and in this case, what we do is we put it around the waist. So pretty much like this.
And this is just designed to give you a lot of pain, correct?
This is pain compliance. Like I said, unlike a taser, it doesn't affect the muscles.
The sheriff's office asked me if I wanted to know what the belt felt like. An actual stun would last 8 seconds, so I didn't put the belt all the way around me and fasten it. Still. Ah! Jeez Louise. Woo! I get it.
Look at him.
Wasn't that bad? It was terrible. Can you imagine 8 seconds?
Oh my God.
No.
The slow-mo.
Yeah, I can't imagine 8 seconds of that. Like I said, I had that.
It kills me every time. It kills me every time. He's like, whoa.
Yep. That'll
Oh,
wake you up. Oh, she looks like she's holding her boob. Sorry, bad pause, lady. Oh my
That was not the
gosh.
time for a breast exam. Just like you're live on the news.
She's like, but I forgot.
Oh my God.
So, that is what Lori Vallow had underneath her jacket when she was representing herself last year in Arizona. So she always had this blue blazer on, and Lori's, I don't think she's not a bigger woman, but she looked, bulky there because that belt was underneath it. And she got kind of mouthy with the judge one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, please.
Oh,
Just
I was
zap
just
her,
like,
Judge. Just zap her.
yeah, I was like, what happens when that countdown goes down to 0? Do they zap her? Like, remember the countdown that was in there? I was like, just zap her. Just zap her once.
Just kidding.
Oh, that slow-mo. Oh my goodness.
I thought I said last fall, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's a horrible person.
She is.
But thanks for the clarification, Flashman. I know I can always count on you for that.
Yes.
Me and Pablo.
Me and Pablo. Me and Uncle Pablo.
All right, let me get rid of that. Okay, I gotta get.
Oh, that slow-mo just replaying in my head.
Oh my gosh, it's
so
so
great.
funny. It's so funny.
Hi,
And
Christine.
he didn't even put it on. Like, he was like, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna hold it.
He's like, I'm not strapping this in. Couldn't even handle that.
He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
He's like, hold on, this will fix your sciatica.
Or not. Might make it worse.
Little shock to the system.
Like, don't know. Still
Oh,
testing.
God. Gabby's
Still-
descended from Al Capone. No. Well, actually, no. No.
Maybe. Hi, Christine.
Maybe. Never know.
The mafia does not exist.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Repeat after me, Flashman. The mafia does not exist. I feel just like that in my car seat heater. But it's a nice, oh geez.
I can picture Adair doing that.
Me too.
He just sits in his car and he's just like, ooh, geez.
Ooh. I just cracked because he said geez Louise, and who was it? Puddletown. I was trying to type
Yeah,
geez Louise.
yeah, and
came
I
out-
always say it like that now.
It-
Geezer Louisiana or something, or Geezer
came out
Lewis.
Geezer Louise.
Oh. I say it all different ways now. I'm just like,
Yeah, you're just
Geezer
like, I don't care.
Louisiana.
Oh
Ugh,
goodness.
that's great.
Well, I was trying to kill time until Snipe got here. So hurry up, Snipe.
Yeah, where the
Keep
heck's
it
that?
clean.
Tell him to yank it out and just come on in. Jeez.
Don't.
I
tell
mean,
him
walk
that.
it off, buddy. Let's get this going here.
This coming from the dawn of the famous alternate crime family in Indiana. Flashman, you know all my secrets. Well,
Her crime family name is like cornmeal.
it's Corn Queen. Thank you.
AJ1 creamed corn queen. She won queen creamed corn at the county fair.
Ew. That sounds bad. Did I have to? I don't want to win that.
Oh god.
That sounds horrible. Like, ew.
Corn side.
Corn side?
That day I lost it when you were like north side. I was like, wait, they don't say that. No one says that.
We do around here. We north side? Because we don't know where we're going.
Oh
right.
man.
Well, while we wait for Snipe, because I have to make an announcement when Snipe gets here. So while we wait for him, we'll get started.
I mean, are we even really sure he's at the dentist? That kind of looked like a garage.
I don't know. It could have been like a garage paper towel, one of those blue ones.
Well, he does paint, so he could have used that
Oh.
dental bib for painting. So, he could have been faking this whole thing.
Oh, Flashman. My sweet, sweet Flashman. It's
That's
called
because
In-
Indiana.
it's
Yeah, they
called-
do.
It's called Gary, and it's called Indianapolis. With a little bit of Evansville sprinkled in.
Dang it, Gary.
Yes, Gary.
You had one job.
Gary is north side. Indianapolis is central. And Evansville, south side. So we got
Your side, Gary.
it.
Should be a t-shirt somewhere that says that.
Oh, well, no, that's true. They are from Gary. And Gary used to actually be a decent place.
Wait, the Jackson 5 were from Gary, Indiana?
Yep,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
they were. And used to be decent.
Hey,
Used to be
Dodo.
a steel town, like a Steel, not Steal like it is now. What's up, Dodo? And now it's just scary. You don't stop there. If you want to make it. Soup.
Hey, Sue by the pool. Well, not by the pool now, but
I was gonna say, if she is.
that's just
lucky-
what I call her, Sue by the pool.
Soup. It's soup. Okay, so we have a little bit. I know this will.
Gary
Shock.
kind of lame, South Chicago.
It is. It's true. This will shock you that we have some argument outside the presence of the jury
Nice pun.
with oh gotcha. Oh, Gabby's getting arrested.
Wee woo, wee
Gabby's-
woo.
Our next trial will feature Gabby.
I have done nothing. I'm sitting on my couch.
That's what they all say. So this is going to be there's a doctor. His name is Dr. Eric Ming, Ming. He's coming to the witness stand. They're gonna question him a little bit and kind of argue back and forth about whether his testimony is going to be allowed in or not. So that's what we'll start with. And then when Snipe shows up, if he doesn't show up, we'll just do it anyway.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But I do want to give him some time because he did say he might be late. That's the defendant here that's whispering to Tony Baloney. We do not know who the blue shirt polo gym teacher is behind her.
That's the linebacker.
It is, man. She is built.
Yeah, she'd take you down just by like a stern stare.
Yes. I mean, she's been sitting like that like almost the entire time.
She really has. Arms crossed and everything.
Yeah, like she's mad. That may be the defendant's partner. I don't know. Because she's been right behind her the whole time. There was a man sitting in suspenders that had set the same way with the same look, but he's not been there the last couple of times.
Oh yeah,
So
old McDonald.
Yeah, like told on somebody in the jury, blowing bubbles and snapping their gum was annoying him. Told the judge that.
Is that what he said?
Because the judge was mad because he could hear comments and the deputies had commented that the people in the gallery were being loud. And he said, well, there are jurors over there that are snapping and popping their gum and it's really distracting. I'm like, okay, well, judge didn't ask.
But also the judge doesn't help any of that because he's up there unwrapping candy and putting his wrapper in front of his microphone. So
you know those are like Werther's Originals, right?
They are. They're like butterscotch hard candies or something.
This is the defendant. She's on trial for unaliving her mother and had been implicated in unaliving her father 18 years earlier. The jury will not hear that the dad was found the same time that the mom was found. The mom was found in the defendant's backyard under a rock garden, under a steel plate that they had put her in. And I guess they had put her in. Her brother, Richard, has already pleaded guilty, was sentenced to 30 years, and he's already testified. He was kind of a treat, to say the least. What's up, Robin?
He had an inside joke that he told none of us and just had quite the smirk on his little face, let me tell you.
Yes, he did. It's good to see you, Robin. And then once the defendant here testified against her brother, then they filed charges on her. In my opinion, they have not tied her specifically to the crime, except for one part, and that was when her and her brother tried to self-delete in the brother's pickup truck in their storage unit. That's the only place they have tied her to this crime because he wrote all the checks. They're saying that she called the bank at one point to inquire about the accounts, but we don't know who called the bank. There's no recordings of it. They're just the bank employee that took the call came in and testified that it was a female on the phone, but that she didn't really have anything else to say about it. Like it could have been any of us.
It was a female.
It was a female. So for me, now I'm generally kind of alone on that stuff. Sometimes there's people like guilty, and I'm like, I don't know yet. She gave testimony against her brother, and then they charged her afterwards. Yeah. I don't know, like, because he pleaded guilty, so I don't know where, like, they used that word. They used the word testified, so I just don't know if they just didn't use it right. I'm not sure how that worked. She does take the stand when we get to the defense, so
that will be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. I didn't see it. Last video. Look up attorney tennis. Now a judge. Ooh.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Wow, the prosecutor's a judge.
The last video that you did last week?
She just said,
Mhm.
yeah, the last video to look up attorney. I think she's
I'm
the.
all caught up. This new job, this new job is kicking my arse, she said. And I'm always a day or two behind. Sigh. But on the brighter note, you have to look up defending attorney
Oh, defense
Deanna,
attorney. Sorry.
Deanna Tennis?
Tennis.
Oh, okay, like the game.
Yes.
Current pick on my 9th Judicial Court of Florida website. It's worth it.
Oh, she's sexy, says whoever. She was on CNN.
That's hilarious.
I'll
Oh my
have to
God,
look.
can we see the picture? Can you show it? Like
Give me
during
a
a break or something? Like when next time we take a break or something?
Yeah, give me a sec because I'll have to make sure that my computer is not going to be like, oh no, you're looking something else up. Only 3 tabs.
Oh, all right. Well, I can
She was an
look it
anchor?
up. I can
You
look it
can
up
share
and
your
then I'll
screen.
send
Yeah,
it
you
to
can
you.
share the screen. You can share
Okay.
screen.
Okay, I'll do it next break. Let me look it up.
She was. Oh, sorry. She was an anchor. Huh. Alrighty.
Interesting.
Legal animals. Well, meow.
I'm sorry,
She was
what?
catty in this courtroom. I will give her that.
Oh, is that what he's saying? Like legal animal?
That
Like
was, I think, the name of her show.
her show? What do you mean show?
He said she was on CNN. She was an anchor.
Oh,
And
okay.
he said legal animals. That picture of her is not sexy. Legal expert on TV. Huh. Well, who knew? If you find it, Gabby, I'll take mine down.
Okay.
Oh, animist. And I liked animals better.
Oh my God.
Share with the class.
Hold on. Oh my God. What is wrong with this woman?
No, Robin, no, absolutely you did not. We're kind of
And
killing a little bit
too
of time
short.
right here.
Hold on. Oh my God.
Sorry, Flashman. You're fine, Flashman, but
Oh my
legal
God.
analyst. Are you saying legal analyst, Flashman? Sorry. I got it now. But legal animals. I want that to be the name of our show.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. It's fun day, right? It is. Yes. Absolutely, whoever. It just took me a second, Flashman, and my apologies. I still like legal animals, though. I hadn't thinking of that one. See,
Oh my
I got you,
God.
Flash.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready. Ready and waiting.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Do you see this crap? Look at this. Look at that. Wow.
She still has the same hair colors.
This
going
is
on.
this is some serious My Pony tail looking hair.
Who does smile
Just-
like that?
She's like, "Eh." This is what I
Like-
picture her saying. She's like, "Eh."
I think she's like, I smile so pretty. It's so pretty.
That-
I
oh.
got it. I got it.
That is priceless right there.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's not stiff at all.
yeah.
Like very natural smile.
She's like, I'm made of wood.
her, her assistant or something was probably behind her, and she's like, move. Yes, it's like a
Yeah.
preschool kid smiling on picture.
That is horrifying.
Jeez. 4-year-old
Yeah.
first photo at school.
Oh my god.
She's trying to show off her dentist's excellent work. Well, she succeeded. She succeeded. Good for her.
Wow.
That is scary.
Wow. She's like straining. Look at
She
she's like,
is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so stiff.
this is a face of like you bring your kid to like a store and they keep throwing things and you're just like trying to smile, but then you're like, you better never touch that thing again. So no one knows you're like pissed off at your kid kind of face.
Yes, it's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're like, you're not even moving your mouth. You're just
Yeah.
through your teeth. You're telling them, knock
Yep.
it off. I've never had
Yeah.
to do that. I don't know anything about it, but
I know that's a lie because I know Carmen. I mean, I've done that to Carmen, but she hasn't seen my face of me doing that. I'm like, Carmen, don't touch it.
Sorry, Heidel. She said, I wasn't looking, mostly lurking, and all I heard was, that's not stiff at all. And I was even good, Heidel. I didn't even follow it up, but that's what she said.
Oh my god.
She's
That's
holding in a
hilarious.
fart that might be a sharp Miss McPickle Pounder. Shame, shame. What's up,
Hey,
Deidre?
Deidre.
You just came in at the right time.
Oh man. Oh, there he is. There he is. Hold on, let me
He's
get
on
rid
his
of
way
this.
home. He's on his way home. Not time yet. Let us know when you're here.
Yeah, let us know when you're in chat for real, for real.
On my way home now from the appointment. I'm a case study for my doctors. Huh. Well,
Wow.
sounds interesting. Never touched a fart. True.
That's very true.
What? Or maybe she's like, oop, I just pooped my pants. You just want me to say words.
Probably. Yeah. I'm still going with the angry mom in public face.
I'm still going like, she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Like, could she not get a redo?
Nope. I don't think so. I mean, that's on her badge to get into the building. That face right there. Can you imagine the officer like checking all everyone's stuff? You know, she's just like, here's my badge. You're like, whoa, go ahead, Miss Tennis. Judge Tennis?
Judge Tennis. Blame Gabby and
Blame
Grandma
Gab.
from the other day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I mean, yeah, it kind of is fair.
I mean, I was dying in Shinny's chat the other day. That was
in
hilarious.
Discord?
Yes.
We were me and Heidel are talking about Shinny's stream over the I think it was like what, Saturday or Friday or something? Friday night? Grandma popped in and we just like made Bobby wicked uncomfortable. In Discord. It was funny.
Well, that'll be okay. So can you imagine being like, what judge did we get? And then you look it up, the picture, and it's this one. I mean, she doesn't. Yeah. She's a judge.
Isn't that crazy?
I would have asked for a redo as well. That is a very not. That is just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
I would have asked for more than a redo. I would have asked for, I don't know, a 38 pack, a bottle of something, and I don't even know, an entire redo of my hair.
I would have put whoever took that picture and put it up I would have held them in contempt of court.
Yeah. Photoshop specialist, maybe? I don't know. To make her neck look like it's not straining. To keep her head up or something. I don't know what is happening, but this thing is priceless. I'm gonna frame this, put it on my wall.
Oh, well, it'll keep, put it on your front door. Nobody will come over.
You know what? I love that idea. Sold.
I figured you would like that. You could put it, on your sidewalk so they don't throw, or put it in your lawn so they don't throw trash in your
Just gonna
yard
put
when they walk by. Be like, this would be this what's coming to get you.
Yep.
Not-
I'm gonna
not
put a
Fatoni
framed
anymore.
thing on my front door that says FBI headquarters.
Am I really shocked the Ninth Judicial Court has Judge Lubit? Well, really?
Well,
He's alive? I mean,
he made it.
he survived this trial?
He survived. He survived the oh my god, Candygate? He survived that?
He survived. He didn't choke on a Werther's. And he didn't unalive the two attorneys because she's a judge. We don't know where the other one is.
Probably buried in the rock garden. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. We did it right the second time.
I'd rather be buried in the rock garden than have a picture like this out there.
Yeah. It's probably true. All right, I'm going to add us back
All right, sounds
while we
good.
wait for
Well,
Mr.
hey, thanks,
Sandman.
Robin. That was
Yeah, Robin,
that was
that-
great.
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome. If you got any more suggestions, just let me know.
All right, while we wait for Snipe, let's watch this argument, and then hopefully he will be home safely from his case study.
One can only hope.
Let me know how the sound is. I do have it sped up just a touch.
Alrighty.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to ask that you step out for a couple of minutes. We have something to take up outside your presence, please. Leave your pads on the chairs, please. All right, we're outside the presence of the jury for purposes of the proffer. Go ahead, Ms. Tennis.
Thank you, Judge. Dr. Haynes, I believe you were given a document from the prosecutor today that she got from me that I'd like to have back just to refer to.
Sure, I think it's this one was the,
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Dr. Haynes, back when you, and have you had a chance to review the deposition transcript?
I just went through it out there as quickly as I could.
Part of my question is, I know while we were doing your deposition, we were looking at these notes that you had sent me from your conversations with Richard, and I believe you indicated that there was some potential issue with the dates of those notes, or that.
Yeah, it was, I had used it, this has been a lot of years ago.
Sure.
My recollection is that at that time I was still using a Palm Pilot with a keyboard that I used to keep my notes in a database, which subsequently crashed. And so I had to go back in the database and pull stuff out, and that was what I could salvage, okay? I was unsure about, I hadn't looked at them for a long time before I gave it to you. All I knew was what the dates were listed in there. I think you may be asking about whether one of the dates referred to reviewing a chart or actually talking to him, or what is the question about it?
Well, one of my questions is on page, at the top of it, it's written page 1 of 2, is a date of 2504 and some notes regarding a visit.
Yes.
Those are the first notes that I see you talking about Richard having said anything about Stacey or the kind of the facts of this case. Is that accurate? That's the first time? And is that date, are we confident that that was the date that this conversation
I believe the
took place?
date is accurate. What
What was
the
that date?
2504?
other note that you have there from when he was in the hospital? What's the date of that?
When he was in the hospital. So that would
That
have
would have been the very first notes that I wrote.
in the hospital, as in here in
Yeah,
not
here at
Chattahoochee.
Florida Hospital. when he-
Hospital.
Yeah, yeah.
11204.
Right. So I believe that that's correct. 11204, I saw him for the very first time.
All right, I didn't know he was going to sound like Porky Pig. Let me slow him down. Good grief. Only had him at 1.1. Whoops, I almost sped him up. We almost got it like, that's all, folks. Well, I'm glad you couldn't tell, but when they were talking over each other, that was a little bit, I know that will be too fast for some people.
Time in the hospital. And then the next notes that I made was 2504, which was about 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks later. When I saw him again, those notes, I believe that the date is accurate of that.
And so on the 2504 would have been the first time that he talked to you about what happened and told you that Stacey shot his mother.
I believe that's correct. I know for a fact that I did not talk to him about any details about the case when he was in the hospital because I had corrections officers in the room and I would not do that. So I believe that that's the first time that I talked to him about his version of events. It's probably the only time I talked to him in detail about his version of events.
And accurate on that conversation in 2504 that he would have been disavowing responsibility for actually killing his mother. Meaning he acknowledged to you that you put duct tape on her, but he didn't acknowledge any level of culpability in actually killing his mother.
You know, you have my notes in front of you. I don't recall the exact details of everything he said to me. I was making quick notes with him. To clarify,
Doctor, are these the notes from 2504 that you are having to try and reconstruct because you lost them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I pulled those out of a database and then, you know, what I could find that was still there and I got those. I didn't retype those. Those were in the database, but I'm sorry, I lost track of what I was going to say.
If he had in his description of what happened, if he had said to you anything along the lines of, I suffocated my mother, I killed my mother, this is the part I had in mother dying, you would have put those in your notes, correct?
I think so. I think I wrote down what I thought were the salient bits of what he was telling me at that moment in time because I was having to type as I talked to him.
And when he said that she shot mother, was it your impression that he meant with a gun at that time?
I think so. I honestly have no independent recollection. It's been 6 years ago.
Understood. And when you have notes there further up at the top of that he said that the pastor had visited him and told him that Stacey had moved and that she had been offered a probationary deal. If those notes are at the front of this conversation on paper, does that mean that's chronologically when you would have had that part of the conversation?
I don't know. I mean, if I had actually been able to just pull out my notes and in the original form, I could tell you that, but I don't really know.
Let me ask a question if I may.
Sure.
Was Stacey offered anything back in 04? She wasn't even under arrest in 2000.
She's never charged.
She had not been charged with anything, right?
Correct.
All right, good.
Is it your recollection that Richard was upset about his sister not having been arrested and being offered favorable treatment?
It was my recollection that he consistently was upset that his sister had not been charged in the case.
In the notes from 4/20/05, there's a line down at the bottom that I have highlighted, but the highlight's fine, that says, believes sister is out to get him.
Yeah.
Is it your recollection that the sister he was talking about was Stacey, that he thought she was quote unquote out to get him?
I'm uncertain because the next one said that the voices also tell me Cheryl is mad at me. Since I said the voices also tell me, then that may be likely he was referring to Stacey. And then he referred to Cheryl saying the voices said Cheryl is mad at me. I guess, I hadn't anticipated being in this circumstance. Sure. I was originally concerned about and working with him about the competency issues because he was so depressed and apparently psychotic. And that was my main concern during that period of time.
All right. Is it accurate, though, that during these conversations with him, he was consistently upset about Stacey not having been charged?
Yes.
And consistently attempted to deflect, or at least during the time that you spoke with him at depth, tried to deflect responsibility for the death onto his sister and away from, and didn't take it himself?
As I said, it's been 6 years ago. I don't have any clear recollection of it apart from what's in the notes. At that point in time, I wrote what I wrote, which I presume is exactly what he told me. I think I told you this in the deposition. I met with him other times just briefly, because I was trying to maintain contact with him during the period of time, even if I wasn't doing any formal assessment. Like you said, he consistently maintained his sister was involved. I don't think I had another conversation with him about details of what his exact version of events were.
Were you aware that he was telling family members during that time that his sister killed his mother?
No, I did not know that.
Was it your impression that what he was trying to tell you was, my sister killed my mother?
My recollection of his involved. My recollection of what he was telling me, which is not going to be an exact recollection of anything he said to me, but just my impression those years ago of what he was telling me, was his sister was involved. Whether he was blaming her of actually doing the murder or being involved with him in the murder, I don't recall. He just consistently indicated to me that he wanted to have the opportunity to tell his story about his sister's involvement, and he wanted his lawyer to arrange that to happen.
Thank you. I don't have any further offer.
Questions?
Dr. Mings, did you talk to him, as you said, on several different occasions?
Yes.
Several different times, did he tell you that his sister was involved?
Yes, that's right. Whenever I would talk to him, the way it usually came up is I would be discussing with him, trying to maintain contact with him. I would say, is there anything you would like me to relay to your attorney? And each time he would want me to relay to his attorney that he wanted to give his version that his sister was involved in the crime.
Your first work with Mr. Kananen, you actually would have been essentially an expert hired by the defense.
I believe, looking back on it, I think I was always a confidential expert. I know I produced the neuropsych report in reference to competency later on, but I don't think, when I was reading the information you guys gave me, I think I did that for his defense as well. So I'm not sure that I was ever court appointed. I think I was always retained by his defense.
First had contact with him at the hospital because of the hunger strike.
Correct.
Obviously concerns by the defendant and, about the defendant's lawyer about his state at that point.
Right. I believe it was Gerard Hooper.
They were going to force feed him.
Correct.
Then you would have had contact with him again February 5th, 2004, and that's when he told you that his sister shot his mother and he helped duct tape.
That's what I have in the notes, yes.
After that, you kept maintaining contact to see what state he was in.
Right. And as I said, my primary concern was competency to proceed, whether he was too depressed to assist in his defense. And I believe he was ultimately, as a result of court-ordered evaluations, was sent to a state hospital as incompetent to proceed.
And then evaluated him again upon his return.
And then I evaluated later upon his return.
I don't know if he's completely crazy. He was, I think he was, he testified, but his hunger strike, I think he lost like 180 pounds. It was a lot. It was a big hunger strike. He was a big boy, though, too. I think there was some talk about competency at the beginning of this. I don't know if Gabby, if you remember, Flashman, you always remember this stuff, or whoever, that he was found competent. Translucent, can see or scalp. He seemed crazy to you. Well, he had that weird smirk, which somebody thought maybe he had a touch of autism. I don't know if a touch is probably, that's the way it was phrased. But I don't know. Oh, you know nothing about this case? Well, fine. The one time Flashman. Just kidding. But yeah, he was on the stand, I think, for three days for us. He just never got emotional. The other sister that is not charged in this cried the whole time. It was really weird. I just don't know that she's not involved in it. Don't know that she was. Not saying anything. Their dad was not a good man. I am not so sure that their mother didn't help with his quote unquote disappearance, as they are putting it in this trial. And there's just a lot of weird stuff going on. I think as the family, they went through a lot. As kids, they were not treated well at all. So it is sad. It's sad. But yeah, he only got 30 years. So this was in 2010. I don't know when he was sentenced. So he's probably, he might be out. Well, lucky us.
Some of these contacts would be you were in the jail working with other inmates.
Correct. I was in there doing other assessments with somebody. I would be on the floor. I didn't have anything specifically that I needed to do with him, but I would stop and talk to him to see how he was doing so I could just keep the attorney appraised as to my impression of his condition informally.
And Mr. Kananen was fairly depressed.
I believe he was quite depressed.
Stopped eating,
Mm-hmm.
stopped bathing, very unkempt.
Yes.
And he even went to the extent of saying that he wanted to take a polygraph to show his sister's involvement.
Since you brought up that subject and I can discuss that, that is specifically what he told me every time, that he wanted to take a polygraph to show his sister's involvement.
Judge, can I pull up just one area? Dr. Means, I'm going to show you what a release of information that I believe you would have received from me related to this case. Is that correct?
Probably, yeah.
Now, you originally were involved in this as a confidential psychologist for the defense, correct?
Correct.
So you would have had a duty of confidentiality toward Mr. Kananen, correct?
Right.
And that would have been waived pursuant to this release signed by Mr. Kananen for you to give information to me, correct?
I believe so. And I also talked with the public defender's office at that point in time because I didn't know the legal implications of it. So I talked with them at that point in time to make sure there was not an issue. And my understanding is there was not an issue.
But at this point, Mr. Kananen has never given you a waiver to talk about these issues to anyone other than me. Has he?
Don't know.
Have you ever gotten a waiver from Mr. Kananen that would permit you to testify about these issues in a courtroom?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. Do you have some concerns that that may be further than you have been permitted to go?
I would leave that to the discretion of the court. I know that you had me do a deposition in preparation for testimony, but I would leave that to the discretion of the court because I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I just know that I was asked to be here today.
Understood. I don't have anything else.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I didn't know I was going to be asked to testify in this case until this week. And looking back at it, I actually have, apparently I was originally contacted by the defense, it looks like, and I had a trial
Wait a
subpoena
minute.
from to be in court, which I have with me today. And then around noon.
She did say she was done with questioning, right?
Yeah, this is outside the presence of the jury. They're trying to see if his testimony is going to come in.
Okay, I was
I
going to did somebody ask him something and he just randomly start talking out of nowhere?
Well, it kind of like we missed something because you can, it you know how when they take a break, you can tell that it did that. So I
Right.
don't know if the judge was saying something to him and that's why he just started talking again.
Okay.
Because it was just kind of very random. Yeah, something was edited out, but I don't know what it was.
Okay. Hi, my little croissant.
Croissant.
If you don't know who that is, that's Ash.
Uh,
What's
Carmen
Carmen
just-
doing?
Sleeping. She's just like she sent a text message.
Rude.
I'm sleeping. I'm like, I wanted to reply and be like, you're texting.
Guys, we should just conference call her right now.
No. Nope.
She would look at it and be like, denied.
Denied, and then be like, seriously?
I'd be like, yeah, I know how I feel.
So I don't know what made him start saying that, but
All right. I was just making sure I wasn't crazy and I didn't hear, I missed something before or something. Like someone asked him something.
no, everything was like, yeah, we're done with all the questioning, and then something happened that we didn't see, and then he just started talking. Her campaign is over, and she was able to get all the stuff that she needed, so she did well.
Oh yeah, they did an unboxing for it, Ash, alive on what was it, Sunday?
November 30th. was it
Yeah,
was a
November
Sunday
30th. Yeah.
after Thanksgiving. We did.
Yep.
It was fun. Baker was on, Valhalla was on, and Carmen and myself.
hmm
What's up, Frank? How are
Hi,
you?
Frank.
Well, you are crazy, but not about the trial thing. I think that's to you.
Yeah, no, I got that, AJ. Thank you.
Well, I didn't know.
Thanks for that. Yeah. No, I understood.
Speak and I'll appear. Bing.
Yeah, well, nice to see you.
Nice to see you finally. Whatever.
Unbelievable.
Carmen. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Unforgivable.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not
Okay.
mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay, Carmen, I'm just disappointed.
I got nothing.
You just leave me out of this, please.
Yep.
It's fine. She'll pay me back tomorrow or something. She'll call me at 7 a.m.
All right. Well, you enjoy that. Don't call me. Your dad took this week off. He took this week off of his work to work at Brandon's. Like who takes a week off to work?
I'm sorry.
Weirdo.
Did you mean Mr. McPickle?
Yes.
Call her at 3 a.m.
She probably won't answer. I mean,
No,
she
she
might.
Well, yeah.
You're going to keep Carmen company in the timeout chair. Hey, everyone. And Gabby, stay disappointed because I'm going back to bed. Wow.
Rude. Boo.
That is
I'm just
not,
kidding. I miss you so much, bestie.
that is not nice.
Yeah. Boo, Carmen. Boo.
That's all you get.
Fabulous. I kind of
Oh,
jumped
what?
when you first did it.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
All right, back to this argument so we can get through it.
All right,
Then we
sounds
can
good.
get to the medical examiner, who I'm kind of curious as what they have to say.
Yeah, the mummified thing. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yep.
And today, I was called by the state and asked to be here.
Okay.
So that's the circumstances where I am here.
All right. Let me ask you a question, both of you. If I've just heard that he was upset that his sister hadn't been charged, how does that get around allowing this in? If in fact he now has a motive to make that statement. You understand? He had a motive to make the statement because he was upset that his sister had not been charged.
Based on the defense's questioning throughout this trial, that it was this new statement as of May 1st, 2007. She's made an allegation of recent fabrication.
I agree with that, but it's a two-step process. The first step is there has to be a prior consistent statement. And number two, it has to have been made when there wasn't a reason for or a motive to lie.
How is it a motive to lie?
Because he wants his sister
One
charged.
defendant is charged and the other one isn't. That could be expressing true, just outrage that he's the only one charged in this case. That's not necessarily a motive to lie. I think that it's subject to cross-examination, but I don't believe it's an actual motive to lie if you've been charged and someone else hasn't.
Just the case law, when they talk about a motive to lie, it's not a motive that has been proved to be the only motive. It's any motive that is arguable. Certainly being angry that your sister hasn't been charged is motive to lie. I didn't make an allegation of he just all of a sudden decided on May 1, 2007 to become a liar. In fact, from my opening forward, I have said nothing but he's a liar from the get-go. He's been lying from day one. Since the moment he got those bank statements out and pretended the dad was back, he has told many different versions. He's lied about many different things, and that he's not to be trusted at any step along the way. I've never argued recent fabrication. And he clearly had a motive to lie that is in the same notes of the same doctor. The statement isn't consistent, frankly, and the doctor's understandable recollection about these events is not clear enough to give us a consistent statement. I don't think it makes it in under either prong.
Well, I disagree with you as to whether or not you insinuated that he had some sort of plea agreement, and that's why he made the statement he made. I disagree with that totally, because I think that's exactly what you did. On the other hand, the problem I have is that he had at that point a motive to make a statement that while it's a prior consistent statement, he had a motive to make a prior consistent statement that may not be true. I don't know. He had motive though. It wasn't just him giving a statement. If I had heard from the doctor that he gave this statement, he said, my sister did this, my sister did this, that's one thing. That isn't what the doctor testified to. The doctor said he was upset that his sister hadn't been charged. That creates a motive for him to lie about his sister. You may disagree with me, Ms. Wilkinson. I'm sure you do, but I'm not going to let it in.
Judge, my other question is, I know you had taken under advisement the other things that I had indicated I wanted to ask Dr. Mings in the motion that I did regarding the consistent statements. If the court is not planning on me letting me ask those questions, this might be a good time to proffer them.
Your Honor, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have a lot of witnesses who've been waiting all day.
I understand.
I just bring it up.
What else is there that you wanted to bring in? I don't have your motion right in front of me.
That Richard told this doctor that his parents had prostituted him in Palm Springs a couple of times a month to the same group of individuals for weekends at a time. That this also.
How is that relevant to anything?
It's relevant because it goes to the motive and intent that Richard would have had to kill his mother long before he claimed that he and Stacey came up with this idea sua sponte out of nowhere in the weeks leading up to the murder.
Richard has never denied killing his mother.
Correct, but the motive and animus and intent that he had long before he claims that this, from his testimony, you would think that he was going along, getting along great with mom, had really no problems with her, and then all of a sudden, Stacey brings this up one day, and he and Stacey just start talking about it out of nowhere. Not that he was having, true or not true, it isn't really the point. He believed that his mother had been involved in prostituting him as a child. We've heard about all of this.
Is this what Dr. Mings, is this what he told you?
My understanding, again, this has been years ago. My recollection was that he blamed his father for doing it. To the extent that he blamed his mother was for not intervening and saving him from it.
We've heard about all sorts of abuse. This is, both sides have been permitted to bring this out. The state has certainly brought out rings of it. I don't know that there would be any different reason to allow or not allow me to go into that with this particular witness. Now, if you don't want me to do this now.
I'm just trying to figure out how it's relevant to anything.
Well, he
hasn't denied killing his mother. And the fact is, it would be relevant if he denied killing his mother. But how is it relevant that he hasn't denied killing his mother? It really is motive an issue in a murder? I don't think so. I don't think the state has to prove motive or disprove motive.
It's certainly relevant to what I want to show. I want to show that Richard and Richard alone had motive and intent and animus toward his mother to the point that it would lead him to murder. That Richard and Richard alone had that. All goes to that. He told this doctor that both his parents beat him to the point of hospitalization regularly.
Hold on, did he tell you that both of them beat him to the point?
I don't remember what he told me specifically. If I can look at my notes, I can.
Go ahead.
Can I see the notes?
I'm just taking this from the notes that I have. That he had voices hollering at him to kill or hurt someone.
Well, how is that relevant? That goes to delusions. And I don't think in Florida we allow that.
Well, Florida doesn't allow it as a defense, but certainly I'm not using it as a defense. I'm using it to show that his mental ability to not just come up with this crime, but also his mental status and ability to recollect accurately what has happened. I don't know what he's convinced himself of.
The problem with all this is he's also, unless I'm mistaken, testified that he lied to the doctors. Didn't he say that? That he said he exaggerated his symptoms because he wanted to go to Chattahoochee?
But you know what, the state has always downplayed that. The state talked
Doesn't
about.
matter whether they downplayed it, isn't that what he said?
He never talked about lying outright about outrageous things about his parents, including his mother. He never testified to that.
So then how does it come in? Because Ms. Kenneth starts out with that it has to be false. I think that was yesterday's allegation. It's absolutely not true. We had the arms waving. And then today, it has to be true, and therefore it proves his motive. It's a hearsay statement.
I don't think it's true.
First of all, it doesn't impeach him in any way, right?
Correct. It
So
goes
what are
to
you bringing it in for?
motive, intent, animus toward the victim, his status of mind, his status vis-a-vis the victim and the other characters in this play, his reason, the reason that he alone had the motive and intent and reason to kill his mother, which was unlike any other motive that Stacey would have had. Not only was Stacey never prostituted by her parents, she doesn't imagine that she was prostituted by her parents or fantasize that she was prostituted by her parents or anything else related to that. He did, and he told doctors about it. I think it's relevant and admissible.
I don't believe it is, Your Honor. And
I'm
because the motive to kill his mother, he has been on the witness stand and admitted to killing his mother.
It's
The
not,
question for the jury to decide is if this person over here helped him.
that's
Not,
right.
Ms. Tennis isn't trying to prove that he killed mom because we've proved that.
You didn't have to prove it. He got up there and admitted it. He got up and admitted he killed his mother. So why, I still am trying to figure out why his motive, I believe he already testified as to the abuse he suffered. And he testified that his mother had sexually abused him even, as I recall. Isn't that correct?
No, just physical abuse.
I think she said he sexually abused her.
You're right.
Because that's when his sister was sitting back there crying and he didn't want to answer a question.
You're right.
I believe that was to physical abuse.
I'm positive he said she sexually abused her.
In the deposition, he said all three. I certainly would have brought that out. I believe you're right. I did bring all that out. This certainly is a much more fleshed out version of my mother sexually abused me than just my mother sexually abused me. This is a very vivid, thought out fantasy, delusion, truth, whatever it is. And it goes to why he and he alone would have had a motive to kill mom. And it sets him very apart from Stacey. They did not do this jointly, and he's lying about them doing it jointly. All of this is relevant to that. And we're getting a little wound up. My question honestly was, do we want to say Dr. Ming's another trip back if you're going to make a crawl for this? If you're still considering it, then I say we bring him back and do whatever we're going to do later.
I don't see how all that stuff is relevant to anything. I understand what you're trying to show, but he has already admitted to killing his mother. He's admitted that he sexually abused his mother. I don't think that we can get into now all of these fantasies or not that are totally unproven, other than through his rather deluded mind back then. He was delusional back then, according to Dr. Mintz, I think, wasn't he?
He was delusional, I believe, about his stories to me that his father was coming to the jail to berate him. And he was I believe he was depressed and psychotic during the period of time that I saw him.
All right.
I would ask that you read the Supreme Court case of Chamberlain versus Florida before we release.
I have that case, I can't find it now, but I had it yesterday. Tell me what it says. I must have it back up in my office.
Second, even if Chamberlain improperly preserved this issue and is talking about a prior consistent statement. It has no merit. One of the defense theories at trial was that Theobald had conspired to portray Chamberlain.
I'm sorry, you said
Chamberlain as the instigator in the murders, either to secure a favorable plea, a merciful sentence, or out of loyalty to Dascott. During cross-examination, defense counsel elicited testimony from Theobald regarding his initial plea, his decision to reject the plea and request mercy from the court in exchange for testifying. The state's purpose in introducing Theobald's conversation with his mother, which was recorded 4 days after the murder, and presumably before any motive to lie arose, was to rehabilitate him through prior consistent statements.
Any motive to lie? He had a motive to lie.
Okay, Chamberlain does not challenge the state's assertion that Theobald's conversation with the mother was consistent with his trial testimony. Nor does he contest the fact one of the defense strategies was to argue he was fabricating Chamberlain's role in the murder. His sole argument against admissibility of the tape is that his motive to lie arose before the conversation with his mother. According to Chamberlain, Theobald and Dascott began conspiring late on Thanksgiving Day, 1998, the day of the murders. Thus, Chamberlain argues the tape was useless to rebut the charge of fabrication. It goes on and it talks about the Chandler case, in which a witness testified the defendant admitted the murder to her in November of '89. On cross-exam, defense counsel elicited two motives for the witness to lie, one arising in October 1990, one arising in 1994. On redirect, the state rehabilitated the witness with a prior consistent statement given in October 1992 before the 1994 motive to lie arose. Despite the fact that the prior consistent statement was made after the first motive to lie advanced by defense counsel arose, the court concluded the statement was nonetheless properly admitted.
Why? There's a two-part criteria.
The October.
First of all, it has to be prior consistent, which I think it probably means. But the second part is there has to be made before there's a motive to lie or any sort of motive to create the statement.
By directly suggesting that the 1994 incident motivated the witness's testimony, Chandler could not thereafter prevent the state from rehabilitating her testimony by urging that another motive to fabricate existed early. That was a choice the defendant made in urging more than one reason to fabricate at trial. Having made this choice, he must suffer the natural consequences.
Except that in that case, they didn't have, this witness is going to say, at the time the statement was made, Richard was angry at Stacey. It's not, I'm not making up a possible motive. We have Richard was angry at Stacey.
It's not angry at Stacey. He was angry that she hadn't been charged. And he said because she hadn't been charged, he had some sort of anger towards somebody. And he said, Stacey shot my mother. So he had a motive at that point, which I think it would be error for this court to allow that statement in. Based upon if the doctor hadn't told me that, we'd have been fine. I would have allowed it in. But in this particular, let me finish. In this particular case, the doctor says he was upset that Stacey hadn't been charged when he made the statement.
Your Honor, because of this, I would ask that you read the Chamberlain and Chandler case overnight and we discuss it.
I'm not breaking right now.
I'm not asking for you to break right now. We can go forward with other witnesses.
Are you going to call the doctor back tomorrow if I change my mind?
Sure.
All right. All right, doctor, you are excused. I'm not going to allow any of that testimony regarding what he told at this point, what he told the psychiatrist in this courtroom at this time. First of all, as to the prior consistent statement, I found that there was a motive for him to lie, and there is a two-part criteria for that. And the rule itself, is it 803 or 801?
I just want to clarify that I don't have that. Could I ask the court something quickly?
Sure.
So I do not need to return unless somebody notifies me otherwise, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, can you pause it for a second? Oh, what did Frank say?
Judge is thinking, why the hell do they allow women to become lawyers?
You know, I was asking myself the same question about when I first saw the picture of her as a judge. I asked myself that question because a good lord. But Sue had asked a question in chat. I don't know if you saw it. It says,
I did.
Yeah, so does the defendant claim total innocence and had no idea mom was buried on the property?
I had to think. I was like drawing a blank, but I think so. I answered. Yeah, it took
Yeah.
me a minute to answer, but I said, "See, I believe so." I think I was
Oh,
sitting
I
here
didn't see
going,
that. My bad.
like, is she? They're not. She hasn't pleaded. Like, she hasn't pled to anything.
She did. So she did. She pled not guilty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, and I don't think there was anything that she had.
Like cop to.
Yeah. It's just basically her brother. Her brother. And I'm not so sure the sister Cheryl because of whatever
The one with the weird hair sprayed wig.
the poofy hair. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The Miss Piggy wig.
Yeah, but she's blow dried it out straight ever since then.
Oh, Oh, I haven't seen that.
So I think if I understand it right, there was the mom and the dad's property, and then the defendant and her partner lived like around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They were very close proximity. So I think I don't know that they were found in her rock garden because the dad was found under the garage of what had to have been the mom's house.
Yeah.
It's been that part's been a little bit confusing. Sue.
Well,
But
that's the thing is maybe she'll talk about it when she gets up there. Well, no, she won't talk about that. But after the trial, maybe we can like kind of look that stuff up. I've been trying not to look things up because you know why.
yeah, because I don't because they can't keep a secret, but they did keep a secret here, and I didn't
They
want to know
did.
the outcome. Yeah, this plane ride is the second worst I've ever been on. I hate existing till I land at 9 and can run off this tube of a hellscape.
Where's she going to New Jersey?
Yeah.
She's leaving from New Jersey.
I thought she was going to New Jersey.
Oh, okay. New Jersey? What the heck you going to New Jersey for? What the heck's out there? Jeez.
I don't know. She's going to be on your coast. Be close to Bry.
Well, yeah, she'll be closer to Bry.
So, I don't know, Deidre. They are not allowed. They have just talked about the dad as in the dad disappeared. They've never talked about the dad being red rummed.
Yeah, that's because that's not allowed in. So they don't know what happened to the dad years ago.
Yeah, they just think he disappeared. And then the brother said he was back when the mom disappeared. Like he was trying to make the mom go crazy, thinking the dad was back. So then, no, apparently she didn't know. I don't know if she knew or not because they're just so messed up. And he was not a good man.
Yeah.
It's the smelly dude taking up half my seat with a smelly elbow.
Ew. I can relate with the smelly elbow. That's nasty.
Yeah.
Well,
gross.
I mean, honestly, you're going to New Jersey, so I mean, what do you expect?
But did she, Haley? I thought that too. But then then they kind of changed my mind.
They did.
They were.
They kept getting the benefits after the fact.
did they, or were they saying that the mom was going to be in trouble for getting the benefits? So it's like she got scared and took off. Was she really getting the benefits?
I think they were, because they had that's when the state had come in and was like, why are you still collecting this? Don't
But
wall
they said that.
into a well,
What?
Gabby, because if
Oh,
you float, what are you even talking about, Lesko?
yes. John Gary, hello. I do think that Dad just crawled under the garage for warmth and stayed there for 18 years. It was so warm.
Yeah, he,
The bad smells are just the start of you going to Jersey.
yeah, I know, right? Wait till you get to the subway in New York City. You think Jersey's bad.
Oh, can you
Good.
squeak out a fart? Might make him move.
Yeah, put it this way. Thank goodness it's winter, because if it was summer, it'd smell
Ew.
even worse.
Jersey is pronounced Joyzy. Come on now.
Joyzy.
Joyzy.
Hey.
Eh? So I agree. If the mom was still collecting the benefits, I think she had a hand with the son in unaliving the dad.
Mm,
Just my thoughts.
yeah, I mean, obviously there's,
He wouldn't smell a fart over himself.
yeah, I mean, with a smelly elbow, probably not.
Well,
Smelly elbow
he's
is a
like,
serious condition.
can't smell it. Oh, Rue, we're not trying to. Oh my gosh.
I want a Long Island impression, please. Long Island. I
was
don't
gonna
know.
say, that's not me.
That's how I say Long Island. Long Island. That's not how they say it, though. Yeah, a
A
smellbo. A smellbo. It's like Bilbo Baggins, but an elbow. I'm from Long
Long
Island.
Island. I'm from Long
Yeah.
Island.
Long Island. Long Island.
I've
So
never
yeah,
seen
I can
it like that.
understand. I can understand the way he types that. That
Yes.
makes sense in my brain.
Ask T3, she'd tell you.
Who's T3?
I don't know.
Is that your robot, Heidel? Are you in the Jetsons and like she's your Rosie or something?
Oh, I'm jealous.
T3. What a world.
That Terminator?
Terminator 3. Get your
I'll be back.
T3. Get your T3 battery sold separately.
It was kind of nice to see him get onto the prosecutor a little bit. Not gonna lie, because he's been all over the defense.
Judge, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was my other. That was actually my other guess. Talking trash.
What?
Talking trash and truth. I'll spit it out.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Just like you just did? Just one more time.
No.
Come on, it was so much fun though.
Somebody will be like, "Don't do that." Talking trash and truth.
That's how I felt about Miss McPickle and Mr. McPickle. It's like, Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Try and say that 10 times fast.
Your second wrench. Over here, it looked like a bone. I'm like, your second bone.
Well, if Snipe would ever come into chat, we could talk about that. But I mean,
Where
he
is
hasn't.
he lived like an hour from his dentist?
That's what I was saying. Did he stop for fried chicken? Because he just had a hankering once he saw the judge's chalk line.
He may have. The six sheep sick. What?
All right,
No.
whoever. You know what? Calm down. You gotta take a drink of water. That whole thing is just beyond ridiculous right there. I only have one bone now.
I mean, I thought Heidel had two. All right, we're almost done with this witness, so we can move on to the medical examiner.
Oh yeah, medical examiner. All right.
So under the rule, it's 801(2)(c), clearly the case law says there has to be not only a prior consistent statement, but made prior to the implied improper influence or motive to fabricate. In this court's view, he has a motive to fabricate. I don't see how you can see it any other way.
And in looking at the Chamberlain case versus State, 881, Southern 2nd, 1087, Florida Supreme Court of 2004, then quoting the Chandler case, it actually talks about, specifically in the Chandler case, when there were two different motives to lie, Chandler being 702 Southern 2nd, 186, Florida Supreme Court case, once again, of 1997, when the defense was alleging a motive to lie then, prior to that, and it was still allowed in as a consistent statement because of all the cross-examination focused on the motive to lie at the plea negotiation. I would ask that we just address it in the morning.
All right.
Because I have a lot of witnesses.
All right. As it stands right now, I'll read those cases and we can readdress it in the morning. I'm also at this point not going to allow in all these statements that Mr. Kananen stated to his doctor about how his parents mistreated him, because I don't see any relevancy to those coming in at this point. He's already admitted he killed his mother. He's admitted on the witness stand she sexually abused him. He admitted that his father beat him. He admitted his mother stood by and did nothing. Those have all already been admitted by him. And they would be cumulative at best. Go ahead. Anything else you want to put on the record?
No, I'll proffer them during my case, and I understand your ruling.
All right. All right. Are we ready to bring the jury back in then?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's bring the jury back in.
Good grief. That prosecutor's snipey. Snipey. Sorry, Snipe. I was reading your name. I didn't mean she was snipey. She's snippy with the judge. A lot of judges wouldn't put up with her attitude. All right, well, that was that one. And let's see. Now we have the medical examiner. I'm looking forward to her testimony because I want to know why they called this the mummified trial, because we've not heard anything about her being mummified. She was lecturing the judge. Yeah, he's like, any more questions? And the defense is like, nope, I got this one. I'll be good. There's one judge who was in that circuit that would have found her in contempt of court. I don't know. I know that Judge Simpson wouldn't put up with their snarkiness. He'd be like, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's exactly what he would tell her. I did see that. Miss Becky from Murdaugh pled guilty today, and nothing but probation and nothing to see here. Don't you worry about that trial. It was 100% fair. It was 100%. The judge was great. He didn't allow anything extra in. It was good. Everybody did their jobs. Nothing to see here. Yes, I'll put your listening caps on. We got the Emmy, and let's do it.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Sarah Hyatt Ergang, IRRGANG.
What do you do for a living?
I am a pathologist and I am an associate medical examiner for the 9th District, which is Orange and Osceola counties.
What type of education have you had to be a medical examiner?
Well, first of all, you have to be a physician. I graduated from pharmacy pre-med program, at the University of South Carolina, graduated from medical school, did a rotating internship, did 4 years of anatomic and clinical pathology, passed the pathology boards, and licensed in the state of Florida. And I've been working in the medical examiner system in the state for more than 30 years.
Are you board certified?
Yes, I am.
And what does it mean to be board certified?
Being board certified means that you have taken examinations to prove your proficiency after you have taken a prescribed study setup, which is usually, as I say, it's 4 years if you do anatomic and clinical pathology.
Do you belong to any professional associations?
Yes, I do.
And what do you belong to?
The Florida Association of Medical Examiners, the American Association of Medical Examiners, the national one, which is also known as NAME, the College of American Pathologists, Seminole County Medical Society. Intermittently, I've been a member of the Florida Medical Association.
For what purpose do you belong to these organizations?
To keep up with new things in the field. The organizations offer courses, continuing medical education type courses and seminars. Also subscribe to their journals in order to keep up with the newest things in the field.
Do you read professional literature?
Yes, I do.
And what do you read?
Well, the journal of the NAME, which is quarterly, the forensics journals that are in other fields that happen to have reference articles that I like. I follow the internet articles on forensics wherever I can find them.
Have you ever testified as an expert before in the area of forensic pathology?
Yes, I have.
Approximately how many times?
Several hundred.
And what is forensic pathology?
Forensic pathology derives its name. The pathology, of course, is the study of disease processes, and forensic refers to the forum, which is the courtroom in this case. So it has to do with the intersection of the pathology and the courts.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would tender Dr. Erdang as an expert in the area of forensic pathology.
No objection.
Should be received as an expert in forensic pathology.
Do you have an occasion to do an autopsy on a person who is identified through jewelry and clothing as Marilyn Kananen?
Yes.
And when would you have done that autopsy?
That autopsy was done on December 23rd of 2003.
During the day before, did you happen to go out to the Okaloosa residence in which this body was recovered?
I don't know exactly what the residence was, but I went to a residence where the body was recovered, yes.
Were you able to determine the cause of death?
Yes, to the best of all of my abilities. She was asphyxiated.
What is asphyxiated?
That's when there's an interference in the ability of the body to have oxygen into the body, which can be from smothering with closure of the mouth and nose, can be from obstruction to the flow of blood by holding on to the neck, or by placing a person in an enclosed system where no oxygen exists.
Now, in this particular case, Ms. Kananen's body, what type of state of decomposition was it in?
She was beginning to mummify partially. A lot of the fluids had drained out of the body. The body was still more or less intact, but it was not in a great state of preservation.
The state you saw of her body, would that have been consistent with her being killed around September 10th or 11th of 2003?
I couldn't say for the day, but the number of weeks is consistent.
As part of your autopsy, do you photograph what you're able to observe?
Yes.
Show you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit CC, DZ, C, DB, CK, CM, DA, CG, CJ, DC, CU, CT and CR, if you would look at these photos. Those fairly and accurately reflect this body as you did the autopsy and personal effects and had.
Yes.
This time, the state moved them in the state's composite exhibit.
Judge, the objection I would have, I believe, is just to DC. And my argument would be that it's cumulative and not relevant.
All right. That'll be admitted as composite 34. We need the lights lowered.
Yes, please. You talked about the cause of death, Dr. Again. Were you able to determine the manner of death?
It would have to be homicide.
Or to be asphyxiated?
To be asphyxiated, yes.
To be asphyxiated, did you also find evidence of some type of weapon being used?
Yes, I did.
And what did you find evidence of?
There was a dart-like structure with wires that was in her clothing and had pierced the fabric. And so not being a police person, I consulted law enforcement and they informed me that it was a taser-type dart.
You would have collected that dart and that would have been submitted to law enforcement?
Yes.
Now, as far as her body, her condition of the body changed so much that if that dart was in her body itself, that it could have then come out of it while she was in the ground?
Yes, because she had shrunk quite a bit.
When you say shrunk, at the time that you received Marilyn Kananen's body, what type of weight are we talking about?
We're talking about a considerable loss. She weighed 79 pounds in her dehydrated state.
She would have weighed a lot more than that in life?
I would imagine so because she was in the vicinity of 65 inches tall.
What happens to the body as it goes through a period of about 3 months in the ground?
It leaks out the fluids because the integrity of the skin is no longer intact.
What happens to the skin?
The skin becomes parchment-like and shrinks down, and especially on the digits, can become very dry and mummified.
Any evidence of any type of insect activity with this body?
No, actually, the body didn't have any maggots or anything like that. I think because of its location.
Buried further deep into the ground? You're not going to show that?
No, because the flies and the bugs that would be taking advantage of the situation can't get to the body.
Dr. Irving, when you collected the clothing as you removed it from Marilyn Kananen,
Yes,
and that would have been submitted to law enforcement?
yes, it was.
You also would have collected the personal effects such as jewelry.
Yes,
And in this particular case, it was the use of the rings that you were able to identify this woman.
they were among the features used because they were fairly specific.
She also had something specific about her toes.
Yes, she was missing the little toe on each foot.
She also had dentures.
She had dentures, full set.
Dentures would have been collected and maintained.
Yes.
Show you state's exhibit.
Just go ahead and lower the lights.
30.
Yeah, like she did, Haley. She just said she was missing the. I thought she said the little toe.
Yeah,
But
so,
she could have said.
like, they were missing a toe?
Yeah, I thought she said she was missing both. She could have said middle. I thought she said little. Doesn't matter. But both on both feet. Like
The
where'd they
middle little
go?
toe.
The middle little toe.
The middle little toe.
Did she, was she born with 8 toes, or does she have 3 sweeper accidents? I don't know. But
I
what a
mean,
weird,
that's a good question.
what a weird. It is a valuable appendage.
The middle little toe?
I think any toe, but I would think the pinky
Oh.
toe.
Specifically, the big toe is a
Oh.
big one that you actually really need for balance.
Yes. I think she said she was missing the pinky toe. I wonder if that was part of the unfortunate aliving or she lost them some other way. I don't know. Like, where'd they go?
Oh.
Who are these people?
She said little. Yes. Sue, you know what? We've been asking ourselves that from the very beginning. So, your guess is as good as ours.
She said little toes icky. Why? I don't know.
Lover's like, icky.
I don't know. I don't know.
I was like, the middle little toe. So that would be the one before the little toe, would be the middle little toe. In my mind.
What's up,
Oh,
Baker?
goodness.
It's really strange if kids don't have 13 toes and webbed feet. It's Florida, Sue.
They just drop them in the bath and they're like, quack, 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 quack.
In the future,
What state,
people will
Florida?
not have toes. What are we going to do with them? We need
Who
toes.
knows?
How are we going to keep our flip-flops on?
They'll just be evolved humans where it's just like they have flippers for feet.
I don't want that.
Well, I mean,
I'll
yeah,
be
you
long
won't
gone.
have it. Yeah, me too. So, it's fine.
I'll be long gone. It won't matter.
Yeah. So it's Florida, exactly.
Maybe she had a toe thumb on her hand, on both hands, because both toes are gone. They probably should have been living in the circus village. I don't know.
Maybe they had. Why does man have boobs? I dare ask your doctor that. This is not the time. We're talking about toes, not boobs. Okay? I mean, he always brings it back to the boobs.
Well, he's a man.
That's true.
She probably stuffed her size 11s into size 8 shoes for 30 years. Could be.
Yeah, it's like those tribes where they like have like the rings on their neck and then they take the rings off and all of a sudden they look like a giraffe because they had stretched their neck so long. You know what I mean?
Detailed. Yes, I know what you're talking about, but they can't
Yeah,
take them off because then they suffocate.
Right, but it would be like that.
Totally not important which ones, but that's gross. Then they rot off. Jessica says not all people in Florida have webbed toes. Jessica does not have webbed toes.
Who said that?
Jessica.
Jessica? Oh, okay.
Jessica.
Well, I mean, were you born there?
I think she lives there.
Or are you a transplant there? Because if you were a transplant, that statement is not credible.
Chinese feet binding. Good grief. You and a sniper on the same page.
So, Snipe, are you here for good now? Like, can we do this?
Plant City Sue.
Plant City Sue.
All right, we're at 11:32 in case something happens.
All right, 11:32. Okay, he said yes.
I gotta find it.
I work with a woman with lobster hands for real. Like,
would you like to do the honors while I those? Yeah,
I
no,
don't,
like
I,
they're like it's almost like a weird thing of Spock, but they don't.
mm.
It's I can't do it because I can't get my fingers that far apart. But it's
Hey,
like
just like
just
I
having
can't do live long and prosper.
I can't, but it's like having you just kind of have pinchers. I saw there was a true crime show where the family was in the circus and the dad was mean and was like he used his freaking lobster claw things, hands,
Sue,
whatever, and
Sue is
feet.
Sue is not from Florida. Her webbed feet has to do with her parents being brothers, sisters,
Brother,
and cousins.
sister, cousin. We haven't had a brother,
Yeah,
sister, cousin in a long time.
you know what? We haven't. I mean, AJ's done a lot of those trials, actually.
And
Brother,
Baker,
sister, cousin, lover trials.
you are seriously asking for it, Baker. That's what Sue said. All right, Gabby,
Yeah,
would you like to say what Snipe said to say to you?
yeah. So he had said, um, sorry, Carmen messaged me.
Oh, she's
Of
supposed to be
course.
sleeping.
I know. So he had said, Gabby should be proud of me. Blew 8 inches like a pro.
And so I asked
And
him,
so, yeah, go ahead.
do you want us to, what did I say? You heard what you said. You blew 8 inches like a pro.
Yep.
And then I asked you if you wanted us to announce it on stream. And you're like, sure.
Yeah.
So,
And then I said, I think he needs a certificate of completion.
and so we have that.
Yeah, we do.
Just for you, Snipe.
Yep. Here it is, right there. See that?
Certificate of completion presented to
Yep.
Snipe Hunter. Congratulations on blowing 8 inches like a pro with an asterisk. Because we question if it was actually 8 inches.
We do.
Was it your 8 inches or was it actually 8 inches?
Was it your 8 inches or our 8 inches?
And
Because that's a big difference.
it is signed by Gabby Associate, because she's an
Mm-hmm.
associate, and me, the host.
Yep. Very official.
It's very official. You should feel honored.
You should, actually. We don't just do this for anyone.
Congrats.
Sue, she's like, I love it. Congrats. Like, fabulous. Robin, she's dying laughing. Heidel, laughing.
And
Baker's like, what happens in here?
he says I underestimate. Oh, okay. So it's like 8 inches.
8 inches. Oh my God.
Isn't the pearl necklace normally the certificate of completion? Baker. Gross.
You know what?
Didn't know Snipe was a blower.
I knew Frank was going to come in with something funny.
I was going to say I was naming my snowblower Gabby.
Well,
Gabby out there blowing snow.
better be really sassy, because
I think 8 inches is considered a lot. I can't remember.
well, Robin, I had a video that I put in there for that, and you know what?
I told you I sent it to my husband, and he sent me back, and he sent me back an eye roll, and I said, "There's no way you watched that." And then he said, "You're right, I'm busy. I'll watch it later."
Typical.
Because I was like, it's hilarious, and it's longer than that. Well, it shouldn't be longer than that. The video is funny. Also, we all know men really don't know. They tell us what 8 inches is, and just count on us never knowing what it actually is.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I put it in Discord.
Snipe doesn't know one can get the award by just showing up in chat and forging
Yeah.
someone's signature. Well, hey,
That's absolute. Yeah. I mean, why not?
but yes. So there you are. You have been officially awarded the certificate of completion, and congratulations. Thank you for all your hard work. And,
I mean,
you know, being able to take care of yourself.
do you just? I have a few questions. Do you have lockjaw? And
Oh.
you know, how's the gag reflexes?
That's it. I only
that
have
going?
actually one question. I'm surprised you left your house today, or any day.
Well, I mean, he had to go to the dentist.
He did have to go to the
obviously-
dentist.
You know what? That makes actual sense now. He broke a tooth. He chipped a tooth. He had to go get that fixed. After that,
Baker.
what did Baker say now? What's Baker saying?
Baker.
No,
That went out the window a long time ago.
Baker. We don't claim that this here is a good Christian channel. You claim that on your channel. Just because you're in chat doesn't mean that all of a sudden now this is a good Christian channel. Just saying. I mean, I'm just, putting that out there.
8 inches equals 20.32 centimeters.
You know what? I'm going to need a proof. I'm going to need dimensions. I'm going to need a ruler or something.
Oh, I used to have one, but I don't since I moved.
No, I mean, with Snipe Hunter.
I have a nail file.
I mean, girl math. Let's do it. Let's
Rob
do
said,
this.
I can't imagine watching this on a plane. I'm in a hotel and slightly embarrassed for laughing out loud. Never be.
Yeah.
Embarrassed for laughing.
Just laugh. Just laugh.
Nope, that won't happen, Flashman. One day, because of Gabby, YouTube is going to be like, goodbye, AJ. Nope. It'll just be...
AJ, you know what? That hasn't happened now, and it's been, almost 2... Well, it's been like 2 years and something now. That hasn't happened yet, so I doubt that that's going to actually happen.
Flashman. I'm a Christian, and this is not a good Christian anything.
Facts.
And who is not allowed on my channel, Gabby? Kidding. I'm not fancy enough to have her on my stream.
No. Honestly, I probably wouldn't go on your stream.
Why? Why?
Well, I don't know. He's too big for me. I'm just a little person,
You know what?
What?
I'm not touching any of that. You're talking
I'm
about
just saying.
You're talking about you being a little person. He's a big person.
Yeah, well,
He's too
technically
big
I
for you.
am. I am a little person. I'm 5'1". I'm 5'1". I am actually a little person. So, I'm too small for Baker doesn't want to have me on anyway. It's ridiculous. Come on.
Ladies. He is too big, Gabby endorsement.
Cha-ching. No, just kidding.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I didn't know there was a BFE New Jersey.
A BFE? What's a BFE?
You don't know what that BFE stands for?
AJ, I
Go
swear.
ask Caleb.
I'm not going to ask Caleb that.
Oh,
He just. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm going to have to Google this again. This is embarrassing.
It's not as good as FAP, but it's funny.
BFE.
But you don't know what that is. Like,
meaning. Base flood elevation? That's what Google said.
Look at the screen.
Oh.
Oh.
Bumfuck Egypt? Bumfuck. Oh, like. What? I'm so lost.
That's what it means. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what the heck? Come on.
Baker sends his chat nudes. Ooh.
I mean, I kind
Huh.
of believe that.
Gabby, I have everyone on. Even Sue gets to yell at me on screen. You would feel at home. That's true.
Oh my God, Sue, you've been on Baker?
You've never seen
don't-
Sue on Baker?
I don't think I have actually. I don't think I have seen her on there. Huh. Well, if Sue gets to yell at you, that'd be, I mean, I'd be there for that.
Jessica knew your other one because she underwrites flood insurance. Sue, I don't know because Gabby knows way more than me about a lot of things. But then there's
But
been these
apparently,
couple of things that I've known that she hasn't, and I love it.
well, yeah, you love it. And then I'm just like, are you kidding me? You knew that? And my husband knew it, and I didn't know what it meant. And I was just like, my mind blew up in my brain. The next day after that stream, Caleb was laughing just like you were. He had the same facial expression on his face when I was telling him about it. And then I was like, and then I Googled it, and he was just like, you had to Google it? I was like, oh my God, all these nerds like knew what it meant, and I didn't.
I've never been called a nerd in my life.
So, I mean, my husband says I'm a nerd now, so I guess, can't beat him, join him.
I will wear it like a badge of honor. But whew, that's hilarious.
Night Bunter, Gabby, you want me to be on? No.
Gabby, you want to be on me.
No.
And
Nope.
Idle says, you'd enjoy that, wouldn't you, Snape?
Yeah, he probably would. I don't think he could handle it.
Okay.
You want me to get my husband to like verify that? I will.
I never used Google till I started. What the heck is happening? Till I started chatting here.
That was very New Jersey of you.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Till I started.
Till I started, and I was like doing something. I don't know. Lord.
What was it? What was it again? BFE.
BFE.
What did I say?
You said something about floods.
Oh yeah, base flood elevation.
Oh yeah. That's the nerd definition. No, that will never happen, but have a good night, Baker.
No, yeah, I promise. I always say to AJ, I promise nothing.
And I expect nothing. She can do whatever she wants.
Night, Baker.
I am not sounding like Bev.
No, stop with that. That's not even like funny anymore.
Oh, that is not where she behaves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't really known Snipe that long, but I mean, he kind of gets me.
He definitely does.
All
right, I'm going to hit play. You ask your husband if he knows what that means. And get back to me.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Is this the taser that you would remove from this hand?
This is the little dart with its electric wires attached that was embedded in her clothing.
State's Exhibit 34A.
This is a Polaroid ID type photo showing the mummified condition of the face.
What causes the mummification?
The same process that we were talking about where the fluid is leaked out and the skin is collapsed. This is the nose, the eyes, the mouth. And as you can see, the bone structure is still recognizable, but the tissues have become sunken in on the bones.
In this particular case, were there any flattened features about her face?
Yes, her nose and mouth were pressed pretty much flat.
Did you happen to find any duct tape on the body of Miss Kananen?
Yes, it was wrapped securely around her nose and mouth There was also duct tape around the wrists and around the ankles.
Show you State's Exhibit 34B. What does this show?
The detail is not very good, but there is duct tape.
Is duct tape over her face?
I believe that's the face. I can't see the detail very well. Yeah.
Here, I'll show you State's Exhibit 34B.
Yes, and that's with the wrappings around her.
So that would have been her face here, and it would have been over the nose and the mouth.
Yes.
Now, when the body was brought to you, was it in any type of black plastic bag?
Yes, there were black plastic bags over the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body, and they had been taped together with duct tape.
State's Exhibit 34C, this has been the jacket that was removed.
Yes, it was interesting because it had Disney figures on it.
That was provided to law enforcement. And I want to show you State's Exhibit 34G. Can you explain, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is shown in this photo?
This is that dart, and it's was interwoven in the fabric. It sort of fell out when we opened up the bag and started removing items of clothing.
Dr. Irving, there's no way of telling whether or not that dart would have actually still been in the body itself based on the changes in the body.
No, yeah,
It did pierce through the clothing of the jacket.
yes, it did.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 34H. Did you have a package, the duct tape that was removed?
Yes, there were strips that were around the hands and around the ankles and
how
around
was
the
it
face.
around her hand?
Wrapped around the wrists.
State's Exhibit 34L.
These are the legs, and you can see there's not much tissue left of skin over bone. And then this was the duct tape around the ankles and the tennis shoes.
State's Exhibit 34M.
This is the top of the head. Basically, this photograph was taken after the scalp was peeled back, just in order to show that the skull was intact.
Any injuries to her head?
None to the actual head itself, no.
Now, this point is her brain in a position where you can
Night, Dodo. Take care. We'll see you later. I did not know a judge ever got on anybody about crying, but Donald Hamilton. Well, she probably wasn't really crying. I think this defendant is crying. Donna's judge sent the jurors out first, though. Wow. Still. Sorry about these pictures. I don't know. I never know with these older trials what they're going to show. So just beware.
whether or not there were blows.
Yes, to a degree. The thing is that as the tissue is losing fluid, the organs start shrinking. And what you look for is when you open the head, you look to see if there is any the staining to the tissue. It becomes semi-liquid and then liquid. But if there is blood, it will still retain a dark color, which would indicate that it was there at the time of death.
Any indication of any trauma to the brain?
None that I could find.
Any indication of any broken bones?
None that I could find.
Did you find any indication of any trauma to Marilyn Kananen?
Only the pressure marks over the nose and mouth that were causing the features to flatten.
State's Exhibit 34J, you would collect the clothing removed from her?
Yes, as the clothing was removed, it was collected in the socks. The shoes were still in pretty good condition. The socks, because of the leakage of the body fluid into the shoes and around the ankles, were stained with body tissue fluids.
State's Exhibit 34E. Does this show a ring that was still on Ms. Kananen?
It doesn't show it real well, but she did have, she had a, what they call a family ring. It had different kinds of birthstones, which ordinarily are for the months that your children are born.
State's Exhibit 34E.
This is the strips of duct tape lying on a towel, and the duct tape was cut and carefully lifted off just in case there was trace evidence.
What type of condition has this duct tape been at the time that Ms. Kananen's recovered?
Well, it's discolored and it's got pieces of tissue sticking to it, but duct tape is pretty durable, so it itself was still there.
Would it have been soaked from the body fluid?
Yes.
Her hands would have been bound in this manner?
They were, so that the wrists were bound.
And all of the duct tape that you removed from Marilyn Kananen, was that all actually on her body itself?
There was some on the plastic bag, but I think that stayed on the bag so that was received into evidence as one piece, whereas what we took off the body was in separate pieces.
But it would have been her skin on the ones from the hands and the legs. Those were the ones where her skin would have still been attached some.
Yes, there would have been
And
some.
the one to the face.
Yes.
How long would it take if someone is to cut off the air coming in through the mouth or the nose for someone to go unconscious?
Only a matter of maybe a couple of minutes.
What's the shortest amount of time?
Well, if there is pressure on the neck at the same time, it can be shorter because of the blood flow that goes to the brain. As long as the heart is beating, there's still a degree of blood carrying cells moving around. And as long as the blood is moving to the brain, it can let go of oxygen in the brain. That's why I say there is a variation in time. But if you put your hand over someone's mouth and nose, they will begin within a matter of a couple of minutes to have a shortage of oxygen and become lightheaded and then faint.
Over a minute?
It could be over a minute, yeah.
And the effect of a taser on a person, what would that do?
It causes them to have convulsive type movements.
Does it knock them out, make them unconscious?
It depends. Some people it stuns, other people not quite so much.
I have no further questions.
Do you have a few questions?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Are you going to be using the projector?
I don't believe so.
We'll turn the lights back.
Doctor, I'm going to start with the last question first. I'm assuming, given your line of work, that most of your clients are deceased.
Yes.
So when you're talking about the effects of a taser on someone, are you getting that necessarily from your experience as a medical examiner? Or is that just kind of your general understanding?
I have watched the videos of the reactions when people, demonstrations
Okay.
where they have they lose voluntary control during the time of the taser, but it doesn't always knock them out.
So sometimes it knocks them out and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
And there's apparently some renewed interest in the last couple of years as to whether or not tasers can actually cause kind of electric problems and really cause serious injury or death.
Like dysrhythmias, yes.
In this particular case, unless, well, let's start with the dysrhythmia. There was no evidence that you saw that there had been some electric heart problem that contributed to the death of Marilyn Kananen, correct?
Even in a well-preserved live, recently deceased person, you can't see the effects of that.
All right, so if a taser was utilized on this woman effectively and it caused some type of electrical, I'm going to call it shock wave to her body that stopped her heart, that is not something that you would have been able to tell, even if we found her body the next day.
No, I would not have been able to.
Now, you were able to examine for any signs of heart disease, naturally occurring death, correct?
As best I could with the tissue in the state it was, the heart showed no recognizable coronary artery disease because usually you can find the vessels, even though the rest of the tissue has become just a wet mass of tissue.
Now, given the shape the body was in, you would be able to look for obvious signs of injury, broken bones, gunshot wounds, those kinds of things.
Yes.
There would be a number of more subtle potential soft tissue injury that you might not have been able to see given the state of the body, correct?
That's true.
For example, you had said before that rendering somebody unconscious by stopping their airflow through their mouth and nose would be quickened by somebody also putting pressure to the neck. Is it possible that this happened in this case and those soft tissues were damaged or decomposed to the point you would not know that?
Well, sometimes even when they're not decomposed, you can hardly see any evidence. It takes a lot of force to cause damage to the underlying structures. But mere pressure without doing significant tissue damage can cause a vasovagal response where a person goes limp. So it's a whole array of things that can happen.
Now, there's sometimes when somebody is manually strangled with such force that they break the
Hyoid bone.
the hyoid bone. So that was not the situation here. But it is certainly possible that somebody was putting pressure on her neck as well as covering her mouth and nose, and we can't know that, yes or no?
That's true. We could not know.
Now, there's nothing that you can do to find evidence of asphyxiation based on oxygen levels in the organs, or there's nothing that you could have done to investigate internally whether or not asphyxiation was the cause of death, correct?
Correct, because it doesn't leave much even in a well-preserved body.
So is it accurate that this finding was based more on a lack of evidence of anything else having killed her and the fact that she's got duct tape around her nose and mouth that is not consistent with living very long?
That's true.
Having duct tape tightly around your nose and mouth would at some point kill somebody.
If you've obstructed the airway, yes, definitely.
And her airways do appear to have been obstructed with that duct tape.
Her nose and mouth definitely do, yes.
Now, the bag that she was in potentially could have asphyxiated someone, but it was really more the duct tape that led you to the conclusion that she had died from having lost the ability to breathe through her nose and mouth, correct?
Yes.
The lead from the taser, initially when the body was x-rayed before the examination, correct?
Yes.
And part of the reason that you do that is to try to see what you can see before disturbing the evidence in the bag and the things that might be around her.
Right, so that you know positions.
And you judge that by the positions of the bones, you mean?
Well, you want to see whether if there are any foreign bodies there, and you know that you see them in the chest area, then even if you don't see them initially, you'll know where to look.
And is that because, you have experience in dealing with bodies that have been buried for a long period of time or in this state of decomposition, correct?
Yes.
And you know that as soon as you unwrap the packaging that body is in, you're going to start affecting change on whatever's in there, moving things around.
Yes,
And when you first did the x-ray, the lead showed up and there was a thought that that might be some sort of medical contraption.
yes, initially, yes.
And when you took the clothes off, you realized that it was actually contained within the clothing and figured out what it was.
Correct.
And the lead, I think the prosecutor showed you the photo with the actual jacket with the lead in it.
Yes.
And it was going through the jacket itself.
Yes, it
And this
was.
was in the back area of the
Yes, it
jacket,
was.
correct? Somewhere in the, tell the jury where it was in relation to the characters that would have been in the middle of the back.
I believe it was a little below. I'm
Now-
not absolutely certain.
The state that the body is in, you would not have expected to find a small hole where that lead had struck the body, even if it had, correct?
It would be very difficult with all the fluids and the deterioration.
So there's nothing about the state of the body that would tell you whether or not she was affected in any way by the taser that apparently was pointed at her back.
I can't have any information towards that because it's just not possible in this situation.
Now, you said that you took some care to preserve the duct tape. You have experience with bodies that have been buried for a considerable amount of time, correct?
From time to time, yes.
Or with bodies that are left in the open and decomposed, correct?
Yes.
You have, I'm sure, unfortunately, way too much experience with bodies that are found that are bound in duct tape.
Yes.
And in your experience, even in cases where bodies are badly decomposed, duct tape can hold clues to the case.
It can. That's why we take care to preserve it.
And in particular, DNA can be tested off of duct tape, correct?
At times, yes.
And would you have taken some extra care in removing this duct tape to make sure that neither you nor any of your people touched with their bare hands the end of that duct tape?
We always wear gloves.
And it's part of that reason that if there were any DNA left by the people who were tearing and placing the duct tape, that it would be preserved on that specimen.
We would hope.
Do you ever have conversations with law enforcement who attend your autopsies about what items may be tested or not forensically?
If we have a chance to get in touch with them, we will ask them, what do you plan on doing with the various things? Is there a particular way you want them collected? Because that makes it easier for both of us.
Are there occasions where the law enforcement actually attend the autopsy?
Yes,
I believe in this case, Detective Hussey did attend the
Yes.
autopsy, is that correct?
yes,
And there would have been discussion, for example, about taking fingernail clippings?
yes,
And that is so that if there were a struggle, potentially whoever was attacking the victim may have been attacked and have left DNA under the fingernails, correct?
we try to do that, yes.
Now, in this particular case, did you take fingernail clippings?
It's been so long, I'd have to refer
Sure.
to the record. Yes, we actually, because the tissue was falling apart, we sent a good bit of the hand tissue.
All right, so were the fingernails still intact?
Actually, we had a separate container, a sealed plastic bag that had a vial with the pulled head hair and fingernails. So that would have been separate.
And, well, you don't mean that you would have put the hair in with fingernails?
No, they
Okay.
had separate containers.
All right, no, I know what you meant. And the purpose of that would have been to send off the fingernails to see if the attacker's DNA potentially was deposited under those nails, correct?
That or any other foreign material, yes.
Now, would you have sent, using the fingernails as an example, would you have sent those directly to the lab yourself, or would you have turned those over to law enforcement and they send what they're going to send to FDLE?
We seal them, and then we have to make a list for them to receive custody of them. And then it's usually the crime scene investigator who's responsible for picking it up. And in that case, it was.
And so when you say responsible for picking it up, meaning their crime scene people pick that item up from you, sealed,
The sealed
and
item.
they are responsible for taking it to FDLE?
Yes.
So you don't deal with FDLE at all?
No.
And if they decide not to pick up a particular item, what happens to it?
We keep it until they decide to pick it up.
Okay. All right. And is it typical that they would pick things up faster that they planned on having tested, or is there?
It depends. Sometimes they like to get everything picked up and logged in because they're like us. They have to log everything in. And they may like to get everything logged in so they have all that pertains to one case together. Other times, if they're in a big hurry to do one specific test, for instance, they might ask us for our DNA card and the fingernails, or they might ask us for one specific thing and then have someone else pick up the rest of the evidence.
Explain to the jury what a DNA card is.
We make cards. They're a filter paper. If any of you have ever had chemistry, there's a white paper that's called filter paper. And we buy them in a little folder that has the spots where you put blood, or if you don't have blood, you tissue juice, anything that might have DNA from the deceased. And we allow it to dry. And then it's placed in a container, and we keep that indefinitely.
And is that used as potentially as a standard for testing other DNA that doesn't match it that comes from these samples?
Yes, that is the guaranteed DNA of that person, because it's taken, as I say, from their blood or from internal body material.
And you would take one of those samples in every single case,
Yes,
whether or not it's requested?
yes,
And in this case, was that item ever actually picked up from you?
I believe so. Let me get back to that section. It may have been, that of course was, what, six years ago? It may have been that they went by the hair roots instead.
Are you saying that your records indicate they did not pick up the DNA card?
Well, I don't know for sure if we were doing the DNA cards at that time. We may have just been giving a tube of blood or a tube of body fluid.
So prior to using the DNA card, you would have given something else that could be tested as a definitive DNA sample from the victim.
Correct.
And so do your records indicate then either way that they would or would not have picked up a standard, no matter what that standard was at the time?
They did pick up the hair, which would have had the hair roots.
All right. And did they pick up the fingernails at that time?
Yes, they did.
And the duct tape?
Yes.
Was there anything else picked up at that time?
Yes, it was the 2 rings, the dentures, tape from the bags, tape from the hands, tape from the feet, tape from the mouth, the T-shirt, button-down shirt, bra, shorts, tennis shoes, 1 black shoe, socks, and the sealed plastic bag containing the pulled head hair and the fingernails.
There are times that you are able to examine certain aspects of a body to try to give a better timeline for the time of death. Is that accurate?
Depending on the state of the body, yes.
So, for example, there are times where you might be able to examine the contents of a stomach if you knew what time a person had last eaten to try to be able to give some ballpark. That's not anything that was available to you to narrow the time frame of death down due to the condition of the body. Is that
Yes,
accurate?
the gastrointestinal organs had all disintegrated.
I don't have anything further. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Wilkinson?
Dr. Again, if Ms. Kananen had been tased, do you necessarily expect a struggle to occur?
Judge, I would object as to, I believe that would be speculation.
By an expert witness in the area of forensic pathology?
No, she can answer the question. Go ahead.
Ordinarily, if you are tased, at least in all the demonstrations I've seen, they can have almost a post-ictal state, like somebody who's had a seizure. Right afterwards, they may be just stunned. And that's, as I say, other people don't seem to be fazed so much by it. So it's an individual reaction.
The fingernails that you collected, the actual tissue was starting to break down. So it was more sort of skin and nails.
Things were stuck to the nail pieces, yes.
Body fluid would have been coming out of the fingers.
To a degree, they were approaching being petrified, but a little bit.
As the body went through its different state for 3 months in the ground, body fluid would have come out of those fingers,
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
which would affect what could be found underneath the nails.
Could be, yes.
This isn't a situation in which the person is found like the next day that you can scrape under the nails and then send the fingernails.
Correct, because if they're in a fresh condition, what's under the nails is still in good shape because it's been at ambient temperature.
And as far as collecting the DNA sample in this case, the blood itself in the body would have been decomposing.
Oh, yes, yes, I had to send tissues from the organs for what toxicology I was able to get.
And that's going to affect whether or not they could even have a DNA profile done.
True.
The fact the blood's decomposing itself.
It interferes in some of their testing.
Toxicology report you would have, what would that have shown in her body?
In her case, I believe all we found was a little bit of a barbiturate, which is found in headache pills, sometimes in things like Donatal that people take for their stomach. Because we didn't have fluids, all we can do is detect the presence. We can't do any quantitation. They attempted to do the barbiturate, as I say, it was from liver and it was just barely there as far as their testing goes.
I have no further questions.
Dr. Erdan, we've certainly seen cases where DNA was effectively collected from bodies that were more decomposed than this one, correct?
Yeah, sometimes yes.
And there are times where DNA can be taken from skeletal remains, correct?
If you have, for instance, a tooth, have a bone cavity where you can scrape out material that's not strictly the calcium material of which bone itself is made.
The blood is just one type of cell in the body that carries DNA, correct?
The white cells do, yes.
And skin cells carry DNA, correct?
Yes.
And hair,
Hair,
saliva.
saliva.
So the fact that there was body fluids coming into contact with the fingernails does not mean that if this woman had her attacker's skin cells under her fingernails, that would not be able to be tested. That DNA, well, it could still have been there, correct?
It could be.
And if that DNA was still there, it could be microscopically tested, correct?
If you have enough and no interfering substances, yes.
And having multiple DNA or multiple persons' DNA is not something that would keep you from being able to test it. That happens quite often, doesn't it?
Frequently, and what they do is they run patterns and then they can pick out individuals.
They pull the two photos apart from
Yes.
each other. So for example, if you've got a victim who's bleeding, an attacker who's bleeding, and they've got in fingerprints or handprints, you could have both of those persons' blood in the same sample or smear, and they're able to test that and pull those apart, right?
If they have a standard, yes.
And in this case, they would have had a standard being in the hair.
I would hope so, yes.
And there was nothing about the disintegration or decomposition of that body that would mean that her hair did not still have DNA that could be used as a standard, correct?
There should have been some DNA in some of the material, yes.
Nothing further, thank you.
Anything?
Dr. Verdine, DNA, whether it's in the skin cells or the saliva, which is actually the skin cells, or the blood, has a period of time and it being exposed to elements such as the decomposing fluid would degrade the DNA itself.
It can.
And that would affect whether or not you might get results.
It can.
Nothing further.
Anything further?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. You can step down.
Thank you.
Call you next.
Stop. Okay. One more. I'm don't want to say this person's last name.
Oh, sorry. my tumbler hit my plate, and it was just like, the dinner bell ringing.
Dong.
Dong. Your PF chain
Alright.
order is ready.
Don't make me play it. Because
That
I
was really
will.
funny, though.
I can't find it. Here it is. Welcome. All right.
2 for 2.
So we have the SunTrust Bank coordinator, Jennifer Loudon Slogger.
Wait a minute.
Slagger.
No, AJ, you have to say it how you originally said it.
I did
Which
not
is
mean to say
long-
slogger.
Long Schlager? Longer Schlager.
I didn't mean to-
Jennifer Logenschlager.
I didn't-
You got to
I
say it really
can't-
quick because otherwise I can't say it at all. So
I can't say it, period.
apparently,
Apparently.
let's see how they spell it.
That's a beer brand or a sausage.
I feel like it's probably both actually.
I know. I said schlonger. I didn't mean to say schlonger. It's
She did. She
L-O.
meant to say that. She meant to say that.
I'm tired. It is Loudenslager. Longer
Haley.
schlonger. Longer schlonger.
What the heck? That's the best combo right there. Longer Schlager. Longer Schlonger?
That's what I
Longer
said.
schlong-
Longer schlonger.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that was just priceless. Yeah.
Sorry. I've been awake since like 2:00 this morning. I'm starting to lose it. I think I can't read anymore.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I unalived myself with that one.
Put Lupe on it. Put Lupe on it.
Lube
No.
it.
It
You just
won't.
gotta lube it.
That should have been
Just
on the
his-
signature on the certificate.
Judge lube it.
Oh, I don't know if he was putting lube it or long and schlonger. Loud and
Well,
schlong. What is my saying? I was
long-
awake at 2 a.m.
longer
Yes. Mine would not.
schlong. Longer schlong?
I said, because Heidel said schlonger, and
Yeah.
then Haley said longer, and I read longer schlonger.
That's where it came from.
It is
Yeah.
really hard for me right now. Reading is really hard for me right now.
I mean, that's what she said. It is harder
What's up, Bad Dowser? I
with a
saw
longer
you.
schlong. With a longer
Long
schlonger.
schlong only takes deposits.
He's a pitcher, not a catcher.
Aw. I'm hitting play. We got about,
But
if I can, I kind of sped the last one up a little bit, but we'll see. Here we go. Miss Jennifer. We'll just stick with that.
Tell me what the discovery violation is. Please.
All right, Judge, I'm referring to documents from SunTrust. I'm not referring to the statements themselves. The copies I received of the statements are clear, or certainly clear enough for me to read every word on them. The copies that I received of the checks, however, are not clear, and I'm not sure what to do other than put these into evidence. Now, they're bait stamped number 439, 440, 441, 442, and 443. And at the deposition of Ms. Loudswager, I questioned her on page 6.
She struggled with it too. To say it. It wasn't just me. She couldn't say it either. Judge Smiley.
I'm going to show you some examples. I've been provided a number of canceled checks out of Marilyn's account, and the copies we received looks like this, handing. The witness is shown to be would you like me to?
No,
Okay. The witness is the transcript says she's examining. Are these canceled checks still available? The originals that somebody can actually go and look at and get a clearer view of what they look like front and back? These are actually the ones that I pulled. Checks are imaged, so the originals aren't available. So they're questioned. So they're put on microfiche. Answer, well, it's an image. Question, or is it answer system, something-ish? Answer, microfiche is old. Question, okay, something like that? Answer, yeah. Question, would we be able to go look at them on this imaging and get it clearer to actually be able to read some of the stuff that you can't read on this copy? Answer, it might be able to be restored again. And like you said, or like you, this is a fax. Question, right. So this is probably something that I faxed to the courthouse when I got a subpoena for records right before the trial or at some point, because I have my file the same deal. My copies might be a little clearer because I probably pulled these off the image, but I think I only have like 2 or 3 or 4, so it might be the same ones. And we go through them one at a time with me trying to figure out what's on the back of these images. I'm going to hand the board the big stamped copies that I received so that you can see. The numbers on the front are difficult enough to read, but the back is impossible.
Okay, did she advise you that you might be able to get clearer copies?
Well, what she said was the ones she had were not any better, and that she'd pulled those from the image and that the originals weren't available. I assumed nobody was going to get anything significantly better than that. I certainly put it on the record that I couldn't read them and that I wanted the information.
Well, your assumption's one thing. The question I have for you is, didn't you just read to me in the deposition that she said she may be able to get you better copies?
But
Is that what was said?
She told me the ones she had were pulled off of the imaging. The ones she had weren't any better than mine. They certainly weren't anything like the ones the prosecutor showed me today.
What did you do to try and get better copies?
I asked this witness if they were available. She said that the copies she had were pulled the same way my copies were. We looked at her copies. We couldn't read the numbers off the back either. And the numbers off the back are actually kind of a big deal, Judge, because that actually goes to whether or not the checks were cashed or not, which branch the checks were cashed.
Let me see the copies that the state wants to now introduce.
Brother, she's questioned Detective Hussey on the very back of these checks. I questioned him about the banks and didn't go because it was marked on the banks
No, I question him about the fact that you can't even read the date on the back, so there's no way to know when or where.
I'm trying to see which are the best, of the copies that you're so upset about.
My memory of her questioning to Detective Hussey was, you did not go back to these banks, and that it's all these banks, and you took a whole video. In fact, we had it in cross, and then we had it in recross.
Okay, perhaps you can tell me how you were prejudiced by this.
Judge, when I took this woman's deposition, we went check by check. And on page 16 of the deposition, just one example, it doesn't appear to me, I asked her, that there's anything more clarified by your copy than this copy. And she says, meaning we were going through trying to read the back of it to ascertain whether there's information that related to date of cashing, whether the check was cashed, whether the check was deposited, and what branch would have been utilized, all of which would have been handy information to have if I knew they were going to try to establish that. I assumed because this woman said she had copied hers off of the imaging that they had available, and because her copy was no better than my copy, and because apparently Detective Hussey hadn't done a whole lot to investigate those issues, that those were just plain out things that were not going to attempt to be proved at court. I wouldn't have gone through with him showing the back of every single one, having absolutely no evidence that he could go out and do a good investigation on, had I known that a few hours later they're going to come up with these crystal clear copies of such I've never seen.
That wasn't her questioning. Her questioning was, you could look at this, you could have gone to this bank, and you didn't.
Did you go over these checks with this woman at the deposition?
Yes.
Check by
That's the
check?
question.
And ask them, were they cashed or were they deposited?
But what I asked her was, you read to me what the back of that check says, and we go through each one and compare her copy.
Your statement to me is you're having a problem evidently telling whether they were cashed or deposited. And from the backs of these checks that you have showed me, it's pretty clear.
How would it be clear?
It's clear because on the backs of some of them, well, for instance, Stacey Kananen, there's nothing about depositing this check on the back, not even an account number written on the back of it.
Okay, other than the fact that there's not, I mean, people deposit checks all the time that don't have an account number written on the back. That doesn't say it wasn't deposited to me. I mean, I guess I would.
And one of them says for deposit only.
And again, there's nothing that, to me, that's not evidence that that happened. I'd like to enter those as a composite, and
Okay.
I've made my argument, and.
All right, I am not going to find that there is a discovery violation here. I think had you attempted to get better copies of these checks, somehow she was able to do it. The state was able to get better copies, obviously.
Well, in the middle of trial.
Well, I don't know when they got them.
Well, I would assume that if they'd gotten them prior to that, they might have let me in on it, since I've been asking people for literally years for better copies. In fact, I'm not sure I didn't do a demand for clearer copies. I will research that. I mean, I can't research that right now. I just saw these things today for the first time. I certainly had no reason to think that they were going to try to put better copies in. They've already entered the bad copies as business records.
For the record, the copies that are entered, the fronts of the checks are clearly readable. The backs of the checks, you can read signatures, and you can read for deposit only on some of them. You can see that there are account numbers listed on some of them on the backs of the checks. I'm looking at a check in the composite from Richard Kananen for $1,025. And it's got his signature on the back. There's an account number. I can read the first 3 or 4 digits. I think it's 205. The account number is somewhat blurred, but.
You can't read any of the stamps, though.
No, you cannot read the stamps.
So you can't read where those things would have been deposited or cashed, what branches they would have been deposited or cashed, and.
But here's the problem I have. In all seriousness, I don't know that it's the state's obligation to do additional discovery for you. You have an obligation. If you've got something you can't read, did you issue a subpoena to the bank asking them for better copies?
I doubt that I would have issued a subpoena to them.
All right.
But Judge, I think that when I get poor copies and the witness from the bank says those are the same copies I have, and I pulled them the best way I know how to pull them, that at that point, for example, if they're going to attempt to prove that Stacey and Richard were at the same branch cashing those $2,500 checks on the same day, that is absolutely not information I could possibly have had from anywhere and has not been given to me.
I don't
And
know.
that's prejudicial.
I don't know if they're attempting to prove that. First of all, it's been proven so far, at least from the testimony, that Stacey was issued a $2,500 check. Now, whatever she did with it, I don't know. The back of it, there is a $2,500 check here that is endorsed.
I agree
Right.
with you. And to the extent that that's in evidence, I have not objected to that. I object to more evidence being brought out on that topic that was not relayed to me.
Well, I got another question for the state. Why is this not cumulative if you're putting in the same checks again?
It's for her to be able to go through them and that they're clearer copies.
Well, perhaps she can go through them and we're not going to admit the second set of checks.
And Your Honor, and you've allowed Ms. Tennis to replow the field on Richard's statements that have already come in multiple times.
What do you
I
refer to?
believe the fact that they're clear, that they should be admissible. But it's not cumulative because it's clear. Similar to like photographs, if there's a different view.
Well, if it's not cumulative, then it's new evidence.
Except she was allowed to question this witness on it several times. And Judge, what she's telling you is in direct opposition to what she said to Detective Hussey. And on the back of them, they had banks, and you didn't go out to the bank, and you didn't get the videotape.
I didn't say that to him. You can't read anything that's on the back of those. I pointed out that he couldn't have done any of those
You
things.
have the court reporter read back the questions. I know what I heard. And I heard her ask him, did you go to these banks twice?
I believe she did ask this.
So for her to tell this court she didn't ask those questions,
I
I know what I heard.
asked him if he went to the Sun Trust to see if there was a video of the check being cashed, because as you say, the most I have is it looks like it was signed on the back. And I asked if he went to Bank of America, because as you say, the most you can read is deposit only Bank of America.
Are you-
I didn't ask about any of the
Are
stamps.
you attempting to prove that they were at the bank on the same day cashing
I'm not
checks?
trying to attempt to prove that. I'm going through the fact that there are bill pay checks, how they be issued, that it would show on the back of them, and it would show that Ms. Kananen's was cashed.
Can she see that from the check that she had, that Ms. Kananen's was cashed?
I believe she testified to that in her deposition.
You can see there's some indications it's signed on the back. There's a Florida driver's license on the front, but it doesn't have the stamps that would tell you it was cashed.
Actually, there were several questions to that. Her deposition on bank records, it was approximately 50 pages. And in fact, the witness repeatedly told her, I have a really bad migraine headache, I'm having a hard time reading this.
How long have you had these new checks? New copies?
I requested her to bring the records from her bank today. She's listed as a custodian of the bank record. She's been questioned on these documents.
Right, and I questioned her specifically to find out if there was going to be evidence of it was absolutely cashed. We know that for a fact because of the stamps. It was cashed on this day and it was cashed at this branch. I was specifically went through each one, and we sat there trying to decipher, well, I think I can read a 05, well, mine's a little bit darker, mine's not any better, and we couldn't read the back of any of them to figure that out.
The questioning of Ms. Kananen's check goes through questions, like across the teller line, it says, and I have a really bad migraine headache, so I'm going to try to read today. It's got the account number, it's got the business date, and then it says cash, and then it says total. And normally, if it were normally somewhere, it would say like when it's cash check or, so it appears that validation indicates to me that it probably was an item that was cashed at a branch. If it hadn't been cashed at a branch, you would have another bank's validation somewhere. But I recognize as our SunTrust teller in that machine. And that teller and that stamp only gets put on items that are cashed. Yes. How's this new discovery to her?
All right. I don't think there was a discovery violation here. And even if there was, it certainly was inadvertent. She didn't have these in her custody. They came with this witness today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I don't think it was, if there was a violation, I don't think it was substantial. The question still have for you, Ms. Tennis, is how has it affected your ability to prepare if she's not going to ask her the question that you posed, which was if she's going to ask her if they were at the bank together cashing the checks? She's not going to ask that question.
All right, she may not ask that question, but if the jury, certainly, even if the records are just in, she doesn't have to ask this witness to argue that in closing. She doesn't have to ask this witness or argue it in
You
closing.
can't argue facts, not evidence in closing.
Well, if the records on the back of them appear that they were cashed together on the same day and time, at the same place, because there's the same bank routing number or the same branch number, they could certainly put that together. And that's not something that I would have known. It's not something that I would have prepared for in either my opening or the cross-examination, all of which I've taken some time to do. I certainly would have done some things differently had I known there was going to be evidence of that.
All right. I've made a great decision here today. She can testify from them. They're not coming in, and they can use these, but she can testify from the new records. We'll let that, I'm sorry? No, she wants those in evidence. Just show a violation, I guess. Do you want those marked?
Okay.
I am not allowing the new checks in, but I will allow her to testify from them because they are clear on the back.
All right.
Clearly, they're clear. But I am not finding a violation, and therefore I will allow her to testify from them. I find them to be cumulative to put them in.
All right.
We got in the records that are in. Now, are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's call her back in, please.
Can you tell us your name, please?
You can sit down. No, Shannon's.
Okay.
Let me swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. I do. Thank you.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Jennifer Loudon Slager.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a regional security coordinator for SunTrust Bank.
And what are your duties there?
I work on fraud investigations. I do internal investigations. I attend to bank robberies, and I assist with law enforcement and file the criminal cases on behalf of SunTrust Bank.
I want to take you
I'm sorry,
back
what?
to
She attends bank robbery?
2003.
I'm sorry. What? Look at her eyeballs.
I was just
She-
typing. She's trying to hypnotize us with her eyes.
No, dude, like she is high AF right now. Look at
Oh.
those things. They're pinned.
Oh, they are.
If she
Yeah.
starts gyrating her jaw, we all know what she's on.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's their context.
She's like, I've been attendance in like 105 bank robberies.
It wears on you after a bit. So I do this other stuff. Makes my eyes look funny.
She's like, I attend bank robberies to like prevent them.
You were under the impression only grown-ups could become lawyers.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, sorry about that, Frank.
Cue the what's that show? Not Curb Your Enthusiasm. Well, I guess maybe Curb Your Enthusiasm. Going, it's like a clown
Oh,
song.
gotcha. They look shifty because I'm shifty.
Yeah, they be looking shifty. I mean, look at that. Look at that face.
It's kind of scary.
It kind of is. I think it's more than scary.
Oh my God.
She knows a Colombian, this woman. Okay? She guaranteed.
If she knows a Colombian, she may not have all 10 toes. They're gonna start
No.
somewhere.
I mean, hey,
I didn't know that.
sacrifices need to be made.
I don't know that. Just a guess.
No. She's the expert in bank robberies, so
All right. Let's see what. Bad Dazzler. Just Bad Dazzler. Did you
Sorry.
miss? Did you miss the earlier conversation? I think you,
He
if you were
did.
here, you would have
did.
chimed in for sure.
Yeah, he wasn't here for that. She does have half a turtleneck. It's not a full turtleneck, but it's half. So I can see where Bad D came to that conclusion right there.
Frosty the Snowman is definitely in her phone.
Oh,
And,
for sure.
and on her phone.
And how?
the residue. All right.
South
Pseudo-mark.
American marching powder. I gotta mute.
Okay, I'm hitting play.
Did you become involved with some concerns about the accounts of Marilyn Kananen?
I was contacted by Detective Hussey from Orange County Sheriff's Office and asked him, or he asked me to help him with some bank records. He had subpoenaed the documents, but he didn't quite understand them all, and he asked me to sit down with him and explain some of the bank documents.
Did he bring those documents to show them to you?
Yes.
Now, Miss Marilyn Kananen, how many type of accounts did she have?
She had 2 checking accounts, and there was a certificate of deposit.
The certificate of deposit, was that with a survivor?
I believe, and this goes from memory, but I believe
Yes.
The certificate of deposit had a survivor of who?
I believe Stacey Kananen.
The other bank accounts, were any of those held as joint accounts?
They were joint with Lawrence Reagan.
I want to show you State's Exhibit ER for identification. Do you recognize these bank documents?
Yeah, these are the documents that I pulled.
You would have pulled those today?
Yeah, I pulled the bank statements today.
During the investigation, bank records would have been provided to Detective Hussey,
Correct.
along with bank records being provided to the state attorney's office.
Correct.
Come up here 1 second, both of you, please, before we go to
The certificate of deposit, what amount was that?
Can I read off of here? Okay, it's still open and it has a balance of $17,450.62. I believe it was around 15,000 at the time.
At the time this would have occurred?
Mm-hmm.
Did Detective Hussey speak to you specifically about 5 checks?
I remember 4, and that's what I had printed today, but it's been quite a few years ago, so there might have been another.
How were those checks issued?
Online bill pay, online bank.
What the hell is happening? Wait, you X'd out of it. You're muted and laughing. What just happened?
I was trying to type and I wasn't in the box. Just tell Snipe, sorry that he didn't get a deposit.
Oh, Snipe, you didn't get a deposit, but
He said
look
there
what
was no
happened with
deposit
AJ.
involved in mine. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm telling you.
She had a.
Too much-
Sorry.
Yes, it was. That's my problem. Too much MSG.
AJ had too much unsweetened tea today. Very bland. Messed with
Yeah.
her brain.
It's just lack of sleep. Whoopsies.
Whoopsies. That horrifying steak and cheese in that terrible bun. Let's go. It's gotta go. I mean, that looks like a pile of crap. Sorry.
Oh. Flashman, if that was the case, I think I would be asleep already.
You took too much pot today,
Yes.
AJ?
Yes, that's what he said.
I don't think she took enough.
Sweet tea next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put a little pep in your step,
Ah,
AJ.
there's
you
no
know?
pep left. Except this monster on the stand is scary.
Oh, she's terrifying.
Sorry that you didn't miss anything.
Oh, I didn't think I did.
I mean, I promise you guys.
Honestly, your little mishap there was the highlight of my week so far. So
It's only Monday.
any more, exactly. Any more that any other mishaps would be greatly appreciated.
All right. I will probably get you some. So,
All right,
ladies, let's get through this.
let's do it.
It's Sue, it's because that's something I said to Carmen one day, and then Carmen didn't keep it to herself.
No, she told me, and then I texted AJ and was like, "Oh yeah, would you take pot today?"
I
It's
just
like
was like,
nobody says take pot.
I was like, they just need to take pot or something. And so then I just was like, fine, I said it. Because
Mhm.
Carmen's like, you don't take pot. I'm like, well, you can too, in a gummy. Chew it up,
Yeah, you chew it. You don't.
take it.
It's just such a weird thing to say
It
about
was,
that.
it was funny.
It was funny. I mean, I laughed
So it's
for
just
at least a day and a half.
now they just tell me that I need to take pot.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's a good time.
Yeah, it's whatever. She specialized in coke ice. I think she's a tester.
Oh, she's a tester, right?
I mean, this is AJ.
How do you think she got that haircut?
That's right. Whoever, if you steal the pot, then you could say that you took the pot. I'm gonna
You know what,
steal this.
whoever?
I'm gonna take it.
Just whoever. You're ruining it. Okay, just. I get what you're saying. I understand. I agree with you, but it's funnier the other way.
Sue, I will now always tell you, take the pot.
Yeah, take the pot. Just take it.
I mean, I know. Sorry. All right, gameplay. I will try to keep this on the screen for the rest of it.
Love it.
Computer to the internet and requested online bill payments be made. They would have put in a payee, a name and an address, and then the bank would have sent out those payments on behalf of the client.
So an actual check goes out from SunTrust
Correct.
to the client.
To whomever the payee is.
It's done on online banking, in which would have been set up through a computer.
Correct.
If a person has social security number, date of birth, and bank account information, it could be someone besides the client setting this up.
Correct.
Who were the payees in those checks that were gone through bill pay?
The first check was Emerald Electric. The second check was Stacey Kananen. The third check was Richard Kananen. And the fourth check was Green Acres Services.
Emerald Electric, how much money was that for?
$15,843.33.
Stacey Kananen, how much was that account for?
$2,500.
The amount to Richard Kananen?
$2,500.
Green Acres?
Was $15,225.48.
Now, on these checks that are issued, would the bank contain images to show how they were cashed?
The checks would be imaged front and back. And so off the back of the check, you could, on the front of the check, if it was a cashed item, you might see identification. On the back of the check would have possibly the other bank's endorsement. If it was, like, I believe the Emerald Electric and the Green Acres went through Bank of America. So it might have an endorsement on the back and possibly a Bank of America stamp.
I want to specifically talk to you about the check to Stacey Kananen.
Okay.
Are you able to determine from that check whether or not it was cashed?
Yes. On the back of this check, it has on us withdrawal, which is.
I would just lodge an objection based on the issue discussed prior.
Objections.
What does it say?
It says honest withdrawal, and then it has the account number, and it has the business date, the transaction code, and the date and time, and it says cash out $2,500. And I recognize this as a teller machine validation, like all other checks that are cashed at SunTrust Bank.
So does that mean that she took it into,
A SunTrust Bank to cash.
show to the teller, submit the check, endorse it, and receive $2,500?
Correct.
Were some of these accounts actually for deposit only?
The checks, Emerald Electric and Green Acre Services, those I believe had for deposit only on them. And it has an account number written on the back. And the check to Green Acre Services says Bank of America.
Emerald Electric check?
Emerald Electric, it says for deposit only, and it also has, I believe that reads, I don't have reading glasses on, but I believe that says Bank of America. Can you read that?
I've kind of lost track of what's going on up there. Object just in principle.
On principle, I'll let you
And I wish I would have brought my reading glasses.
Because my pupils are so small, I can't see things. She just smiled and it was normal. They could have just played this or just took this judge. Now a judge, this defense attorney can smile normal. She's trying to hide right now.
Pick your character. Now a judge.
Now a judge. She just burned my cornea staring into my soul.
Oh, she did. Did you see that stare she gave?
I didn't.
She looked right up with her icy white blue eyes. Burned a hole in my cornea.
Good night, Sue.
Night, Sue.
Hope to be falling asleep very, very soon. All right. This judge is done with these ladies. Done.
I mean,
I
I'm
guess it
done
says
with whatever the heck she's
Washington.
wearing.
Do what? Sorry.
I'm done with whatever the heck she's wearing here. What's that, a tan sand suit? I don't know.
Oh, she's in those boots. I like the boots, not with all that. There's too much tan.
Yeah, too much.
Or whatever color that is. All right, here we go.
The wall.
The Green Acre says Bank of America.
Correct.
Now, I want to talk about how much was in this account starting back in August and how much the account ended up to have.
The earliest bank statement that I printed for you today had a beginning balance of 100 and
I would object. I probably need to see that.
Okay, why don't you take a look at it? All right, go ahead, let me answer the question.
Okay, so the earliest statement that I brought today has a beginning balance of $131,234.79.
And the statement for the following month?
The statement for the following month, that's the month that the 4 checks had paid, has an ending balance of $92,123.83.
On the check in the name of Stacey Kananen, would it have shown identifying information being placed on that check?
It's recorded on the front, and the writing is a little bit difficult to read, but it looks like there was a Visa, and it says USSS, but I don't know if that was a Social Security card or I don't know what that stands for.
Normally, would going through SunTrust to cash a check would require types of identification?
Judge, I would object without a foundation for this witness having this information, otherwise it's speculation.
Yeah, right.
As a security officer of SunTrust, you investigate fraud.
Correct.
along with being involved in the investigation in the bank robberies. Are you familiar with how tellers process checks?
Yes.
Is that part of your normal duties to be aware of how that's done? Or something you would have learned through your course of duties?
I've been a teller before.
Been a teller for SunTrust?
Was never a teller for SunTrust, although I did go through SunTrust teller training.
Are you familiar with the training that they give?
Yes.
Are they required to give two IDs to cash check?
Checks over a certain dollar do require 2 pieces of identification, and this particular check, $2,500, would have required 2 pieces of identification.
I have nothing further.
All right. Ms. Tennessee?
Thank you. Good afternoon. When is it that you would first have been contacted by Detective Hussey? If he had testified that he first talked with you on December 9 of 2003, does that?
That sounds about correct. I don't remember exact date, but I would say that sounds about correct.
Had you been contacted by anybody with law enforcement in Orange County, Florida, regarding there being an issue related to this account, these accounts or their account holders prior to December 9?
I had one meeting with Detective Hussey at the direction of a coworker who was going to assist and had to leave. So he asked me to meet with Detective Hussey, and I believe I only met with Detective Hussey the one time.
And so Detective Hussey contacted you then, or was having that interaction with you more to discuss how to read those records and statements than to ask you to take any particular action regarding the accounts?
Yeah, he wanted to help. He wanted me to help him interpret the documents. But at the time after he met with me, we did put a freeze on the account and shut down the bill pay account.
Did you put that freeze on the account at Detective Hussey's request?
I don't remember. I believe I might have, but we put the freeze on the account in order if anyone was trying to access the account, that they would call in, and it was my phone number that was flagged on the account.
Now, would you be the one to have made the call in this case to flag or to freeze the account with or without law enforcement request? Meaning at a certain point, would you sometimes freeze an account without law enforcement asking you to?
We freeze accounts if we suspect possible fraud on the account.
All right. Whether or not law enforcement requests it.
Correct.
And did law enforcement request you to put a freeze on this account?
I seriously, I can't say for certain if it was at his direction or if it was mine. I just can't answer with certainty.
Would there be occasions where law enforcement would ask you to freeze an account that you would not want to freeze?
In most instances, to freeze the account, we would require that they get a court order. In this particular situation, we were freezing it because it was a missing person.
And so at no point would you have told law enforcement involved with a missing person case, we're not going to freeze that account to assist you?
I think I would want to help law enforcement.
At the first point that they request your help?
I believe so.
Prior to December 9, would you have had any way to know that activity going on in this account was not the normal activity of the actual client?
No.
And when you talk about freezing the account, is that always the same as putting a flag on the account, or is it possible to flag the account without freezing it?
It's basically the same.
All right. So it means no action can take place on the account and whoever is having the interaction would call you up.
That's the way this particular alert or flag was put on the account, was that inquiries would come to me.
So for example, if somebody comes through the drive-through the day after the freeze goes into effect, the person, the drive-through clerk, is going to bring up the account, see the flag, and call you.
Hopefully.
And if that check was deposited at another bank, at what point and how would you get notification as that check is coming through from the bank that's been deposited at through the SunTrust system?
The type of, and this, I can't answer with 100% certainty, but I believe in this situation, the only thing we did was put it on so that information wouldn't be given out. I don't think we were returning any items on the account. I don't remember.
All right. So there's different then levels of freezing. There's different things you can do.
Yes.
So you could set it up so that checks coming through being deposited at another bank coming back through SunTrust are rejected. We're not going to pay on that. You could do that, right?
Correct.
But you don't think that was done in this case?
I don't believe I did that.
Well, how about the actual bill pay then? You did
I did close the bill pay.
And at what point would the freeze have been placed on this account?
I don't understand the question.
At what point did you actually put the freeze on this particular account, the joint account that we're talking about?
I believe after the meeting with Detective Hussey.
You mean like that very same day, or?
I believe so, but I can't. I mean, it was 6.5 years ago.
All right. Was that the only conversation you ever had with Detective Hussey?
I called him after I received a phone call, but I didn't talk to him on a regular basis.
All right. And when you say after you received a phone call, after you got patched into a call from a woman claiming to be Marilyn Kananen?
Correct.
And you informed that person that they had been reported missing?
Correct.
And you informed that person that law enforcement was involved?
Yes, I believe that I provided, or I was going to provide, Detective Hussey's cell phone number.
Right. And in fact, you did provide his number, is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
The certificate of deposit account, that was opened in Marilyn Kananen's name in January of 2003, correct?
I believe so.
And that's not a joint account, correct?
And this comes from memory, but I believe it was Marilyn's name, payable upon death.
That's not the same thing as a joint account, though, correct?
No.
Meaning the person who's it's payable to doesn't have the ability to go in and make withdrawals or having interaction in that account, correct?
No, they would have to provide a death certificate.
And nobody called requesting from you ability to access that account or, hey, I have a death certificate, I want to take that money or anything like that?
No.
There's no notification sent to somebody, hey, so-and-so has opened a certificate of deposit, and by the way, you're the beneficiary. Nothing goes like that to that person, correct?
Correct.
How long do SunTrust branches keep videotape that they have from their security cameras?
It really just kind of depends, because right now we're all on digital video, and it'll depend on the branch and how much hard drive space is available. But typically it's 2 to 3 months. I don't know for certain back in 2003 if all of our offices were on digital video, or they could possibly still have been using VCR technology.
And if they were using VCR technology, what would that mean?
We would keep the videotapes and we would re-record, and typically it was a 90-day cycle.
Now, SunTrust has various security cameras both inside the interior of the bank and also in the drive-thru, correct?
No. We don't, I mean, very few of our offices do we have video in the drive-thrus.
All right.
It's primarily on the teller line.
On the teller line inside the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And did anybody from Orange County law enforcement or Detective Hussey ever ask you anything about attempting to get video?
I don't remember, so.
And when Mr. Detective Hussey talked with you, assume on December 9, he'd already had records showing those checks that we were just talking about, correct?
I believe so.
And there was no conversation about attempting to get video from any of the branches to try to figure out who it is that took in those checks, correct?
I don't recall.
When the bank sends the bill pay checks as requested online by the client, is the date on those checks automatically generated, or is it the date that the client puts in and always the same date as the check is generated, or how does that work? How does the date stamp work?
I'm not 100% certain, but I have bill pay myself, and I direct payment to be sent out for like a March 1 payment, and the check is typically there by March 1. But as far as how it's dated, I don't know, because they typically send them by mail, so it would take a few days to process. But
So as far as you know, the date stamp is the date that the client asks the check to be written on, and that's the date it is sent from the bank to the.
I believe, but I'm that's not something that I am certain.
I don't have any other questions.
Anything else?
And the phone call you received, the person identified themselves as Marilyn,
Yes,
and that you got forwarded from a call center.
correct.
When you respond, you're reported missing, ma'am. Any response from this person?
I believe, from my memory, I believe I was able to give the phone number out, but I believe they hung up.
I have nothing further.
That was a weird answer.
All right, thank you very much. We need to step down.
I believe I was able to do this, and I believe they hung up. But I don't know, because that was many years ago. And I've been with Colombian since then.
Oh, the Colombians.
Those dang Colombians. I sent you,
Dang Pablo. Dang Uncle Pablo.
I sent you Snipe's certificate. I texted
Oh,
it to you.
okay, yeah. I mean, I got a snapshot of it, but thank you. I will post the official.
Okay. Sorry, I got a text message right when I'm like ready to be done, saying, "Don't hurry on my
So-
account." It's like, I'm going to bed, dude.
South African marching powder.
Senility, I think.
Mm. I'm glad you said it and I didn't.
Shinny, we will leave you to finish on your own.
We
like
will.
You asked, like you requested.
Mhm.
Well, where would I put it? Like behind me? You want me to put it back there?
I mean, sorry, that was my husband.
Did
He
you
had a
ask him
hiccup.
if he knew what that meant?
Oh, what was it again?
BFE.
Hey, Caleb. AJ wants to know if you know what
BFE.
if you know what BFE means.
Like if you're driving.
Yeah. You know what that means?
Like if you're going to BFE, New Jersey.
If you're going to BFE, New Jersey. I Googled it and it said base flood elevation.
Definitely not it.
It's definitely
urban slang.
Or?
Wait, what did it say? Hold on.
BFE.
No, not you, Caleb.
He said it's urban
Oh.
slang, and I said for. What does it stand
Okay,
for?
BFE, urban.
Oh, he doesn't know?
No,
Dang it.
BFE, urban dictionary.
Oh, that might be something totally different.
F Egypt.
Yes.
is what it means. Like East Bum.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
We say here East Bum
Yeah.
instead
East
of
bum. Is that,
BF Egypt.
is that worse than West bum?
East Bum F
Yeah.
means middle of nowhere for us, not
East-
Bum F Egypt. That
I
makes
mean-
that's why I didn't know what it meant. I was like, what the heck does that mean? We
Well,
say East Bum.
See what Flashman put?
Bum fap ejaculation. Flashman.
He said butt fat.
Oh, butt fap. Butt fap ejaculation.
Flashman.
You
Where is Flashman? That's not Flashman.
No, it's not. I mean, that's
an
that's like
imposter.
I think the devil. We need to have a what's that thing where you repel
An
the demon from
exorcism?
someone? Yeah, we need to have one of those for Flash Fan. I mean, this is getting serious now.
It certainly is. Sorry, I was reading Shanice.
Yeah.
She says, Snipe, your certificate is beautiful. Just like your 8 inches.
Wait. How does she know?
She's 49 minutes behind, even though that has to be like way, way, way back. This stream is 3.5 hours.
Oh my god, really? I didn't even realize.
First time in a long time I get kicked. What?
First time in a long time I gut caked that.
Flashman,
LOL.
if you're saying that's the first time in a long time that you've talked like that, that's wrong.
That
You
that
talked like
that
that
is
last week.
yeah, that's a hashtag false statement right there.
Yes, it is. Not
Just
true.
rewind one week ago. I mean, you were possessed back then. And you know what they say is once you're possessed, you don't really know
Right.
that you're possessed. You know, you're possessed.
I'm reading that in the Christmas story voice. It's a major award. Not
It's
a
a
fake
major award. Wait, it's fragile.
fragile. I think that says fragile, honey. Oh, they got it.
I love how like her facial expression when he puts it up in the big window. She's like,
That's my
why?
That's my favorite
Her-
movie ever.
She's like, I friggin' hate it there. You could just tell on her face.
Madison and I watched it
It is one of my favorites too.
a couple weeks ago. It's a major award. What's up,
It's a
Diane
award.
G?
You'll shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
Even
Also-
Santa said it.
That slide would be terrifying if you were a child. Like from Santa down to the bottom when Randy just
also, I think
screams
they-
all the way down it.
Yeah, I think that they made it extra scary. Like the way they shot that scene, you know, it made it seem like a scarier thing than it probably they shot it probably like how like a kid would see it, you know?
Yes. Oh, we say that. We just say it randomly.
Yeah, we say it too. They were selling that leg lamp years ago at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh, they're still
Like,
selling
full
it.
size.
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of Bed Bath and Beyond here
Well,
now.
yeah,
They
here
don't-
too.
Yeah.
This is where
They
stores
get
go
it.
to die.
Yeah, basically.
That and Bree sent me a picture of it's a Christmas card. It has Ralphie on the front. I think inside it says, I triple dog dare you to have a great Christmas or something.
That's awesome.
I'm like, those are cute. She goes, do you want me to get you some? I'm like, no.
And you know they sell like adult, you know, feety pajamas of like the pink
The pink.
the pink bunny.
You look like a pink nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you like wearing that? Do you want to
Just
take
him,
it
like,
off?
Him standing in the bathroom with the the bar of soap in his mouth. It's like such a classic
Where did
image.
you learn that word? I must have heard it from my dad.
I know,
So-
right? He's just like swearing up and down through the whole film, and she used the bar soap in his mouth. Like, geez.
The poor kid down the street when she calls him, "Do you know what my son just said?" "No." And she tells him, "Do you know where he heard it?" And you hear her say, "His father?" "No, your son." What?
Oh my god.
Brandon one time did show us how the little piggies eat, and I was like, "Don't ever do that again." And then when Madison's eating, he'll be like, show us how the piggies eat. And I said, I have so much time with her by myself. I'm gonna teach her, and you're gonna hate it.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it just so when she goes home, she does it.
Yep. I can just be like, here she is. And now, Madison, show mommy how the little piggies eat.
And Madison's like,
I love that part. Oh my
Whoever.
gosh.
Just thinking of adult onesies makes me claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic. Yeah, I don't think I could do those.
I mean, I feel like having specifically that one would be,
Yeah, hot.
yeah, it would be hot, but it would be worth it for me.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, obviously,
Well?
I cannot curse, but I guarantee soap isn't going to wash it out of me.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't work for me.
So tomorrow, we've kind of got a hodgepodge of witnesses. We have Richard
Mhm.
Bazzo, don't know who that is. Francis Lewis. Then we have Lieutenant Vincent Vaness, and then we have Vanessa Rodriguez.
What?
I'm like,
Lieutenant Vanessa and then
and then
Vanessa.
Vanessa Rodriguez.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Susan Mears and Kelly Wood. And then the very final witness, old Cheryl Bracken, the sister, gets recalled.
Oh, all right.
So I am
Dick
wondering.
Bado?
I'm wondering what she has. Why are they recalling her? And what do they have to say? So we have a lieutenant, CSI. I don't know who these other people are.
Okay. Night,
so-
Haley.
Good night, Haley. We've got to be getting close to the defense
Yeah.
here because sorry. Yeah, we're
Good
getting
night,
close.
Robin.
Good night, Robin. I am sleepy. I need my brain to power down tonight. That'd be great. And don't power up in the middle of the night. That'd be even better.
Yep. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. It's like, you know what, brain? You're not going to solve the problem today.
Yeah, girl.
And you're not even going to
tell me about
solve it tomorrow. You're just going to be tired.
Same. Yep. 3:30 almost every time.
I'm like,
I'm like,
oh my God.
boing? Like, what? What did I hear? What had happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. I heard nothing. I'm just here now.
Wish in one hand and shit in the other.
Basically.
I will not be doing that. I was asleep before like 9:30 last night. I mean, I was so tired. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so much sleep. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get none.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
It would probably do something weird to me, like wake me up, because that's what things that are supposed to put me to sleep do. They're like, oh,
You gotta
wakey
get some
wakey.
like what's that stuff called? Those like little gummies there.
Literally wait until one hand fills up before the other. Yikes.
I don't know what that even means.
Words with friends. Got it.
Oh. Does it mean that though?
I haven't played that in a while.
There's a hidden meaning there, I feel like.
Melatonin.
Yes,
Yep.
melatonin. Yes, thank you,
I
Robin.
already take 2 things to make me sleep that should, trust me, they should knock me out. I've already taken them. In fact, I took them an hour and a half ago. So I'm still just sitting here
Frank said, I heard a male voice
in
in
Gabby's house.
Gabby's house.
His dreams are shattered.
All my dreams got shattered.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Oh, there, Frank. Walk it off, buddy.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. with our hodgepodge of witnesses.
Yeah.
And
Also,
Cheryl Brecken.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, she said no. One hand will fill with poop and the other with wishes. See which one fills faster. It's an old lady saying.
Oh,
Oh,
I
so
never heard of
Flashman
that.
Flashman should know it.
Yeah, I mean, he is vintage.
Gotcha, Flashman. Drink some Budweiser.
Gotcha, bitch. Budweiser. You see what I mean? You see what I mean, Diane? I mean, he is vintage. Budweiser? When's the last time you heard that? The last time I heard Budweiser was the Budweiser commercial. Budweiser.
Weiser. Or what's up? Was that Budweiser
Yeah,
too?
what's that? It's like the what? Mid-90s or something?
I think so.
Those commercials?
I think so.
He's super vintage. He's like the oldest, youngest person I know.
And he has, if you've never heard him speak, he has a what do we say?
Louisiana.
It's a Mississippiana accent. It's
Yeah, I say
Mississippi and
Louisiana
Louisiana.
accent. But also, you got to go way, way back because the best part is when Flashman tried to read as a female.
Yes, that was hilarious.
It was good times. Budweiser is water. I have to agree with you there.
I would agree. I haven't had a Budweiser in a long time.
I never want to. Thank you.
Okay, then. You're welcome.
Sounds terrible.
All right, if you're going to Grandma's, tell her I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine.
All right.
I had messaged her. I would be late, so.
Okay. Well, I guess don't tell. You know what? Just tell her I'm not sorry. Keeping you. I'm just going to
I'm
keep
gonna
you
tell
later
her.
and later and later.
I'm going to tell her that I and AJ are not sorry.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say.
Oh,
She's not going
wait.
to care.
Now he's like, at least I can say car, right? I can say car.
Flashman. We can all say car. I can say car.
You can. Look at you.
Car. It feels weird.
I bet it does.
But I can say it. But it's really pronounced ka.
Ka.
I can't look
Grandma in these at Grandma
the same way anymore. Yeah, I mean.
Screw ya, Ka. Okay, 6 p.m.
right.
tomorrow. We will
Peace out, Cub Scout.
get another day done. We are actually, I hate to jinx us. I don't want to jinx us. We're doing
Don't
great.
do it. Knock on wood. Somewhere. Just, yeah, there you go. Hey, Bobby. Oh, can you show the certificate one more time?
I can. Give me a sec.
We gotta show Bobby this. We're getting ready to go, but we're gonna show you the certificate that we made for Snipe. Gabby also can't say Worcestershire sauce. I can say Worcestershire sauce, but I also say Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester. Don't
There
wash
it
your
is.
sister. It's weird.
You see it, Bobby, isn't it? Nice, professional.
There it is.
It's professional like.
There's a certificate
Snipe.
of
Suck it,
completion.
Bobby.
Congratulations.
Oh shit. Oh.
Congratulations on blowing it just like a pro.
That is hilarious.
Also, we question if it was actually 8 inches.
We
Yes.
do.
He
even got an award. Yeah.
It's a major award.
Major. I mean, Shinny. All by himself.
Wait, You grew up near the first time
No,
I
I
said
didn't.
this, I said Worcester, and
Yeah, and I
Gabby
almost
about
lost my
had a heart
mind.
attack, and she's like,
Yeah.
It's Worcester or
No,
whatever.
it's not
Worcester,
Worcester.
Rooster, Worcester,
Worcester. Worcester.
It's things that don't make sense in those
Yeah.
letters.
I didn't grow up in Worcester. I grew up
Worcester.
in Quincy, which is 5 minutes away from Boston.
Quincy's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, Quincy, not
Quincy.
Quincy. Bobby, congratulations.
Worcestershire
Yes.
sauce.
Wash your sister sauce, exactly.
Whoa. Or you could just stay up and entertain us, AJ. One or the other. No.
No.
I have to go to my dad's tomorrow.
It's way past her bedtime.
After I go to the dentist.
I want to be a dentist.
It's gonna be a great day.
Don't wash your sister.
That's what I said.
No. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, there you go. Snipe. Proof right there. You are certified.
Proof. It's proof in the pudding right there.
Straight no. Thanks. It's an easy one. I have to go get a mouth guard, so I quit clenching my teeth together so much at night and waking up with a headache, you know that fun stuff. It's like, dear Lord.
We don't say wabbit.
Wabbit.
We're not Elmer Fudd, for God's sake. We say rabbit.
Wabbit.
What the heck is that? You know what?
Silly
I'm gonna go
wabbit.
find that live when he read like he was a woman, and I'm gonna play it over and over again every time we have a break. Gabby, say ambulance. Ambulance.
Ambulance. I think do we say a word the same?
No, he was talking about Queen, the way Queen says ambulance. She's like ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yeah, she says it very like southern. She's like ambulance.
So what? Wampam? Wabbit?
Yeah. All right, Bad D. Calm down.
Say insurance.
What is this now? Call Geico and ask them, bro. Jesus, what the hell is this?
Everyone.
Gabby, talk like Cardi. Ow.
Everyone says no the same. No. Don't talk like Cardi. No.
Ow. That's across several languages too. Hey, good idea, Diana. I'm saving up that one. Nope. Nada.
Zero. Zilch. 9. Insurance has like 18 syllables outside of New England.
Insurance.
How do you say it?
Insurance. That's how I say it.
Did you call the insurance company?
Sure.
Or do you have insurance?
I would not say that.
See, I see where I hear it. Well, you know,
insurance?
If I don't have insurance on my vehicle, I don't even know what to do. But I'm
coming in hot with the vehicle. Corn side, north side.
I am sending y'all to the cornfield, and see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Have a great rest of your night, and say bye, Gabby.
Peace.
Oh, peace. We'll pull the Nick Ricada one. All right, gotcha. See you
Peace.
later.
Humanity and love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin, love candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Ooh, hot mannequin, love candy on the floor, don't pick